You are now tuned into the Boxing Bros. I'm Kaden. I'm here with my co-host.
What's going on? It's your favorite uncle, the Commissioner, Trill Dollar Bill. It's power.
What's good? This is G.
And it's your boy, the T. Oh, I cut you off, Kaden. My bad.
What do you, bro? No, you didn't cut me off. Yo,
I did it. I thought
Yo,
I was
my
like,
man
where
is
y'all
started
went?
early
Where
with
y'all
this,
y'all
man.
crazy? And it's your boy. We live, baby. Don't get it twisted. We
What
live.
the
We live.
hell are you talking about, TBE?
We already started.
What?
Restart the live. Restart the live.
Yo, we starting over. In 3, 2, 1. You are now tuned into the Boxing Bros. I am Kaden, and I'm here with my co-host.
What's going on, everybody? This is the Commissioner, Trill Dollar Bill.
And this is G. What's good?
And it's your boy.
Yo, hey, I wasn't finished, dog.
My bad. I didn't mean to cut you
Yo. Go ahead.
It's
man.
the
Go ahead.
TV, baby. What up, world? Yo, we here. We live.
All right, so check it out. Thank you for bearing with us. There's been a lot going on. Send some love to Trill Dollar Bill. He's dealing with some stuff, and loss of a loved one. So, support to Trill. He's still here, toughing it out with us. And Ned is going Ned. You already know that. Salute to Eddie Rose in the building. Salute to Oscar De La Soba in the building. Fast Car McGuire in the building. Meet the Foster, our brother, who's always showing love. Ordinary M in the building. Salute to everyone who's here right now. Gee, you ready to jump right into the first topic, man?
Oh, hey, man. Let's
let people.
Before we start, salute to us for reaching the 200th episode. That's a cute milestone. So I just wanted to highlight that.
Yo, we got Teofimo Parks in the building. Ayo, Teofimo Parks, you gotta take the S off because he actually said Rosa Park.
Yeah, he said Park.
He didn't say Rosa Parks. He said Rosa Park. So you gotta take the S off that. Mac of the man, our brother in the building, always showing love. What's good? This is our 200th episode, by the way, and I just want to say that we appreciate you rocking with us. We do this primarily once a week, and I know that like people talk or people say whatever. Look, we do this once a week, and people still rock with us. That means by the time we get to do this, some topics be old, and we just and people still come to rock with us because they want to hear what we have to say about it. That shows that y'all rocking with us, and we really appreciate that. So thank you. This is the 200th episode of Boxing Bros, and we still holding it down. Trill, people showing you love in here, Trill. We can't hear you, bro. You on mute.
Much love, everybody. You know what I'm saying? And just to reiterate what bro was saying, you know how y'all rock with us. Same way you rock with us, we rock with y'all. You know what I'm saying? And we appreciate y'all taking the time out y'all day to come kick it with us. You know what I'm saying?
All right, so there's a lot going on in the sport of boxing. We'll just jump right in. People can come in and whenever they come in. The first topic we're going to discuss on Boxing Bros is the WBC will make David Benavidez the mandatory for Canelo. All right, in March 2024. All right, so let's take a look at some of the. Alrighty. Oh yeah, that's on me. Actually, I didn't even have it prepared, so that's my bad. I guess Ned is the only one sleeping through this live.
Shame on you, Kaden. It's Ned's fault.
All right, so here's what Michael Benson tweeted earlier. He stated David Benavidez will be officially set as Canelo Alvarez WBC mandatory challenger in March. WBC president Mauricio Sulaiman has reaffirmed. Sulaiman has not clarified when fight will be ordered, but indicated Canelo will be free to face another opponent in May. So that's what Mauricio Suleiman had to say on Pro Boxing Fans channel. And again, I just want to reiterate that he's saying that he will make David Benavidez Canelo's mandatory in March of this year, but Canelo will be free to face another opponent in May.
Exactly.
So I'm gonna turn over to you, Trill Dollar Bill.
Yeah.
What's your reaction to that?
Mauricio is just telling y'all what I already told y'all. Mexican Independence Day, September 15th. I've been telling y'all that's when we was gonna go and beat up on David Benavidez.
I recall you saying something like that, Trill.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Let's just go and listen. We're fighting Charlo because it's the right thing to do. Okay? You can't do for one child without doing for the other. You know what I'm saying?
He's keeping peace in the Charlo
He's keeping
family.
peace in the Charlo family. Y'all ain't even seeing that. That's what he's doing. He's keeping peace. You can't go buy one thing for one kid and not the other. Then you're gonna cause rifts. Y'all know some of y'all got children. Y'all know how it be. You know what I'm saying? So he's gonna make sure everything is all right. They on an equal field. He's gonna go in there. He's gonna beat on his brother just like he beat on him. You know. So and that's what's gonna happen, and then that's gonna happen Cinco de Mayo, and then we'll see David Benavidez in September 15th. That's how I called it. That's how I see it. There's nothing wrong with it. Nobody was afraid of nobody. We were just waiting for the right time, and that's the right time. It makes sense.
All right, G.
Yeah, to be honest, I think it's going to be David Benavidez in March, and then after it will be
You
Terrence
mean
Crawford.
May?
No. In May will be TC, but for wait a minute, when's the next fight? For is it
And I was
gonna
going to fight in March and in September.
Yeah, so for March, I think it's going to be David Benavidez. And for May, it's going to be TC. And the reason why is because it doesn't necessarily make sense to have TC right now, because if TC wins, then that David Benavidez fight is pretty much shot in the water. You know what I mean? But let's say Canelo and David Benavidez have a competitive fight, whatever. And let's say Canelo pulls it off and wins. He still has another mega fight with TC, you know, so, and not to mention what Canelo said, like this week, he said, you know, he's not, I don't know, he was talking about Mexicans, but I don't know if he's counting David Benavidez as a Mexican, you know, so I kind of feel like what he's trying to do is really get the tone of the people, you know what I mean? So it's going to be like I think it's going to really be this one. I think it's going to be
This is what you predicting, G?
no, but I think in March, I think it's gonna be Benavidez first, and then TC last. And another reason why I'm thinking this is because PBC's money situation is kind of funny style, and so if they have to give Canelo a guarantee like $35 million, you know, per fight, I don't know. I think if they have Canelo versus TC, even if David Benavidez wins, that's still a big enough fight where people want to see it because of TC's name. You know what I mean? So I think Canelo can always keep that in the tuck, you know. So I think it's going to be Benavidez first, then TC for the second fight.
I want to give a shout out to ATK from India. Salute to you, our brother. All right, Ned the TBE.
Now, I honestly believe it's gonna be David Benavidez first. When you look at like who has more drawing power, and when you like, you don't go B then A, you go. Nah, that didn't work with my what I was about to say. Sorry about that. Yeah. I think David Benavidez is gonna be first because he doesn't have the star power that TC has. So I think Canelo take him on in March, and then on Cinco de Mayo, he's gonna fight TC because that's gonna be a big fight and it's gonna be on a big day, and everybody could tune in and celebrate and enjoy. So it go Benavidez, then TC, but you know it's all a wash for my man's.
Excuse me. Here's what I think. I think Canelo is going to do what makes the best financial sense for him at the moment, and he did state that he was fighting an American next, but that is very vague. When he said that, I immediately tweeted out, David Benavidez is American. He could be talking about David Benavidez. When you look at his prospects, there's Jamal Charlo, but Jamal said he made a video saying no one talked to him about the fight. He's salute Rachel, thank you. And he said that no one notified him about fighting Canelo. That would eliminate him. So, then we look at the other Americans, TC. Canelo said that he's not going to get credit for fighting TC. David Benavidez is American, although, he's of Mexican descent and Ecuadorian descent. People call him the Mexican monster. So that leaves him on the table. David Benavidez was born in Arizona. So there's him. But there's also Edgar Berlanga out there from New York. I see you, G, but hey, he's still an option. He's still an option in the fight. You know what I'm saying? G, you gotta understand, G. G, man, why you jumping in on what I'm saying right now, G? You know what I'm saying?
Berlanga gotta cash out sometime, man.
That's what I'm saying, man. Berlanga need to cash out. You know what I'm saying? Hit the cash app. He might hit the cash app, G. Go ahead, G, man. You
right.
Go ahead, G.
Now, if Canelo's saying he won't get credit for fighting TC, what makes him think he gonna get any credit for fighting Berlanga?
Because it's Mexico, Puerto Rico. Because it's Mexico versus Puerto Rico, and unlike David Benavidez, Edgar Berlanga's actually sold out Madison Square Garden, or come close to selling out Madison Square Garden. Believe it or not, Edgar Berlanga does have fans, and he does have marketability. Like, Edgar Berlanga is someone who people either love him or they hate him. Like, people want to see Edgar Berlanga get knocked out. Yo, stay tuned. We have a segment for that coming up. G, I understand that it's an underwhelming fight for you, Canelo Alvarez versus Edgar Berlanga. But let me ask you this question: like, financially, what fight do you think would make more money, Canelo Alvarez versus Edgar Berlanga, or Canelo Alvarez versus Jamal Charlo?
You see, I'm not down with either fights. I think even Charlo.
I know you're not down with either fight. I'm saying, which fight do you think has the potential to make more money?
More money. I'm gonna say Berlanga. However, it's not like it's gonna be like people gonna be like, "Oh my god, I gotta see this pay-per-view."
I agree, but I said I think he's gonna do what makes the most financial sense.
So maybe like New York and Puerto Rico will support this, but I don't.
In Mexico,
bro. I mean, Mexico get theirs for free. You know what I'm saying? Like, the Mexican government pays for their pay-per-view, but like, outside of Puerto Rico, outside of Mexico, that usually just gets the government to pay for it. I just see Puerto Rico and that's it, dog. Maybe New York. You know what I'm saying? I don't even think New York got his back like that.
So either way, right? He said he's fighting American. That rules out David Morale, who's Cuban. So there's only so many options that he has, right? And there's rumors like, oh, he's gonna fight Spence. People are making all these ridiculous rumors, but I'll say this: I see two options for him that are realistic. Edgar Berlanga, who's fighting next week, or David Benavidez as the American opponents. Jaime Munguia is Mexican, so he said he's fighting an American, right? Let me ask you, Trill, who you think Canelo would be fighting on March 4th? Then you said Charlo. So you think it's Charlo?
You said March. I think it's. They said
May. I'm sorry, May.
Yeah, May. I'm believing. I'm thinking it's Charlo. But you know what? But here's the thing. That's what I think it was, because that was what somebody even mentioned it in the comments, said that was what it was a promise. That was a promise to him. But we already know we have to check the heart of this Charlo brother, because he had the opportunity first the last time. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And he didn't want to go in there.
That's where I'm at, Trill. That's where I'm at, Trill. I don't think he's going to take that fight.
Yeah.
I don't think he's going to take it.
But it's for him. But his heart does his heart want it? You know what I'm saying?
But I don't think this fight benefits anybody. Like, it doesn't even benefit PBC. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. They need like a better name to get like casuals in like invested in this fight.
Yeah,
Charlo's popping right now.
that's what I thought was going to happen in May, and then I thought Benavidez in September. But depends on Charlo's heart. You know what I'm saying? It depends on his heart. Is he going to take the task, or is he going to?
He already dropped a video saying, "Oh, I don't know why people are connecting me to this fight."
You see what I'm saying? That doesn't even.
Yeah. He's not. If anything, he should be dropping a video like, "I hope it's me."
I hope it's me. Yeah.
It's me. But even if he does take the fight, here's what's going to end up happening. Canelo's going to beat him too, and then Jamel and Jamal are going to argue about who had the best fight against against Canelo.
Who lost the best?
Who had the best loss? My loss looked better. I landed the more punches. You know what I'm saying? When all said and done, those two probably should fight each other. That'll be the biggest payday they can get. And it's not like they have the typical brother relationship. So maybe after they fight each other, they can settle some of their differences. But getting back to the topic, I think finally, if they do this, the WBC is setting it up so David Benavidez can get his shot. And hopefully he does get his shot, because I would love to see David Benavidez get the opportunity to fight Canelo Alvarez. And I hope that the WBC stays true to their word. But the fact that they're not doing it and making it a mandatory for May puts me on the same track as Trill, where I feel like Benavidez isn't next for Canelo. Benavidez will be after, because if Benavidez was going to be next, they would have made him the mandatory immediately. But Mauricio Sulaiman is in the loop. They call the WBCs like we beat Canelo, or we back Canelo. That's the WBC. We back Canelo. So you already know that the WBC is in the loop with what Canelo's going to do. So I think he's fighting someone else on May 4th, or he's fighting someone else on Cinco de Mayo weekend, and then I think he'll fight David Benavidez on September 15th for Mexican Independence Day. That's what I think. All right.
Y'all want to go to the next topic?
I don't see why not, my brother, unless you have more to add. I got to set this one up, though. This one requires some setting up. So,
well, the next topic is Keyshawn confirms he KO'd T.O. Sr. and called out T.O. Jr. These guys are getting crazy, man.
Yeah, so as you know, there are those rumors going around that Keyshawn Davis knocked out Teofimo Sr. in the gym because he used the N-word in front of Keyshawn Davis, and Keyshawn Davis didn't really appreciate that. So, Keyshawn Davis spoke about that. Then he called out Teofimo Lopez. So right now, what I'm doing is just send up those videos. So give me a second. Y'all can interact with the people.
Let me read Rachel's comment. Charlo gave Plant a pass for slapping him. No way he's in the right frame of mind to fight Canelo. That's a fact. You know what I'm saying? I don't see it, yo. I just don't see it, man.
Nah,
I agree with Rachel, but I saw Rachel's comment about Berlanga. I saw that, Rachel.
The PBC, man, if they put any money towards a Charlo fight against Canelo, they're gonna lose a lot of money. You know what I mean? It's not even worth it.
Hey, man, the way Jamel performed, I don't think Jamal's gonna do any better. So
that's what I'm saying. Like, who's gonna pay for dudes that look exactly the same? They're gonna think they're gonna watch the same pay-per-view.
I think it's part 2, but it's only part 1.
That's what I'm saying. Like, yo, I'm being honest. Al, if you even entertain Charlo's name, you're foolish. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're gonna take an LL. You know what I mean? Like, at least with Benavidez, you know what I mean? Like, people want to see that fight. You know, the world wants to see that fight.
I say this:
even TC,
it may not be lucrative, but it's gonna be a boost on Canelo's resume. Like,
flag on the play, G. Flag on the play, G. First of all, the world don't want to see Canelo fight David Benavidez because the world don't even know who David Benavidez is. The world don't even know who David Benavidez is. David Benavidez, when he fights on pay-per-view, he doesn't even break 50,000 pay-per-view buys. He doesn't sell out any arenas. Hold up, G. Relax a second. Let me get this point off. The only time people care about David Benavidez is when his name is attached to Canelo. But that's like every other fight. Every other fighter, no one cares about him until their name is attached to Canelo. So stop
Nobody
acting
cares
like the
about
world
Charlo.
wants to see David
Nobody-
Benavidez.
nobody-
That's not what the world wants to see. The world wants to see Canelo lose, and David Benavidez is just the next guy up. That's the reality of this situation.
You
So
saying the
stop
same
with the
thing.
cap,
That's
bro.
semantics, bro. You're
Stop
saying
with
the
the
same
cap,
thing.
bro. Okay.
They want to see Canelo lose to who? David Benavidez.
No,
So-
they want to see him lose to anyone.
That's not
It's
true.
not just David,
Nobody
it's to anyone.
wants to see that Charlo fight, bro. Only y'all two.
Nobody wants to see the Charlo fight because nobody gives Charlo a chance of beating him.
That's why.
Hold
You
on,
know why?
hold on.
'Cause you see his
IG.
brother.
Dimitri Bivol versus Canelo. I remember the build up to that fight. People were saying, "Oh, this is a cherry pick. Oh, Canelo's trying to cherry pick another title at 175." Nobody wanted to see that fight until Canelo lost, and then all of a sudden, Dimitri Bivol appeared in people's pound for pound list. People started acting like Dimitri Bivol was that dude. Okay, so stop it. And then what happened? But Dimitri Bivol started thinking he was really that dude. So Canelo said, "Let's do a rematch. You can make another big payday." What did Dimitri Bivol say? Now I'm thinking I need to go down to 168 and try to get your belts. And Canelo said, "Do you hear yourself? Like, Brody, 175. Let's do it again. You make another big payday. I get to avenge my L. And then we could talk from there." He goes, "Oh no, I'm a superstar now." And what did he get for his troubles? No money. Ended up fighting on the undercard, and now he has to go get knocked out by Arthur Beterbiev and become number 21 on the hit list because
all that
he overshot
that
his
has to
opponent.
do anything with Charlo. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a good argument against Bivol, but nobody wants to see Charlo against Canelo.
Unless Charlo beat, you missed the point. My point is nobody wanted to see him fight Bivol either until Bivol beat him, and then Bivol all of a sudden became on number 5 on everyone's pound for pound list.
But what you're doing is all right. So PBC is different now. So now that they're under Amazon or whatever, Amazon's not giving them a budget. You know what I'm saying? So these guys have to fork up the cash up front. So you got to give Canelo his $35 million.
Yeah.
And I don't know how much Charlo's charging. He's probably charging like $10 million. You know what I'm saying? That's coming out of
Charlo ain't charging no 10 million.
Oh man, I don't know. He's charging something. Let's say he charged only $5 million. Either which way, somebody has to front that bill.
Well, David Benavidez agreed to fight Canelo for $5 million. That's on the record. You could see.
That's what I'm saying. So that's
what he get 1.2.
So
Charlo
if
get
David
1.2.
Benavidez agreed to fight Canelo for $5, why would they pay Charlo $5?
Because Charlo probably don't want it. He don't want that fight. I don't think he wants to fight, to be honest with you.
I don't think he wants to fight either. What I'm saying to you, G, is people don't want to see Canelo fight Jamal Charlo because they don't believe he can beat Canelo.
Exactly.
People want to see Canelo fight someone they think can beat him because they want to see Canelo lose. That's what it's all about at the end of the day.
You know, we're saying the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Like,
we are saying the same thing, but what's different is your reason behind why people don't want to see it. Man. As opposed to my reason behind why people don't want to see it. But we agree on the overall point.
He's like, Benavidez.
I know. He's like, Benavidez is really a superstar. Ignore the fact that he sells less than 60,000, can't sell out any stadiums, but
see, this is where me and you, I think, differ. Because we all know it's about based upon your dance partner. And literally everyone always mentions David Benavidez now. So now David Benavidez doesn't need to fight anybody else to build his profile. This is the best time for him. You know what I'm saying? All he has to do is just get in that ring, and they're gonna sell out this fight. You know what I mean? So it only makes sense. I don't even see why Canelo's playing all these games, not saying the dude's name. Just say his name so that way people could get excited, say their money, and go get this.
Canelo's playing games, G.
He's playing games, son.
He can't say nobody's name until they sign, G, because you know these guys back out.
All right, I'm not gonna fight a Mexican. Why you say that? You know what I'm saying?
G, on another note, I want to say that David Benavidez did a good job in Griselda. I saw him in Griselda. I was like, he was the bodyguard. You know what I'm saying? Griselda's bodyguard lover.
That's another thing. Thank you, yo.
Listen, I don't know I don't know
My
why
man
he said
Anthony's
that,
kept it
G.
100.
I don't know why he said that. Maybe there's something going on politically. Like when people say, hey, I'm not, black fighters get more love or this type of people get more. Everybody always says something. They probably got a reason for it. You don't know. Maybe it's something about sales. Maybe it's something about pride or what he got going on between. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, that
I
fight's
don't
not
know.
gonna sell like
But
that.
if somebody calls him out, I'm
brother.
sure Canelo ain't afraid of nobody, bro. He ain't
Nobody's
afraid
saying
of
that. No, hold on. For the record, nobody's saying that. But I'm saying he already fought one Charlo. You know what I'm saying? And that didn't really sell like that. So what make you think the other twin's gonna do any better? It's not happening. You know what I'm saying? Like, and he's inactive. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yo, he hasn't even proven himself to even get a Canelo fight. It's just like if you owed this dude a fight, a Canelo fight years ago, that was years ago. It's a new era now, bro. And your man ain't popping no more. Charlo, it just is what it is. So that's why I'm like, I don't really see why they would invest money and time and effort towards a Charlo fight.
I
Well,
want
Charlo, this could be a good stay busy fight. Charlo got the height. You know what I'm
A lot of
saying?
money
Maybe.
risk over a stay busy fight.
All right, hold on, wait. Let's let Ned get in here. Go ahead, Ned, get in here real quick.
Yo, G, you talking like Benavidez is like the man, yo. Like people know who he is, yo. There's some people I know with the last name Benavidez. I'm like, yo, you know the boxer Benavidez? Like, who? They don't even tune in. Like, it's all over the place. Your man Benavidez got no hype out here.
None.
Has no hype.
None.
It's y'all two.
Zero.
Yo, G, first of all, Jose Benavidez might be more popular than David Benavidez. He was in Rocky. He was in Creed. Okay, more people know Jose Benavidez than David Benavidez.
I think both of the brothers was in Creed.
Nobody wanted to see David Benavidez. David Benavidez was like Otis from the Temptations. Nobody come to see you, Otis. Get out of here. Go ahead, TV.
G talking about Canelo should say his name. You know it costs like $100K, $200K, even $500,000, even $1 million just to get a feature on a song. So why would Canelo say this man's name if he like that's free promotion? Free promotion. They're not fighting. Why would he say his name? If he's not his next opponent, why would he say his name?
Munguia versus
G, answer the question. Why would he say
I think it is.
It's free promotion.
I think it is. I think it is bigger. Yo, G, you're obsessed with David Benavidez. I get it.
I'm not obsessed. Yo, that's so.
Munguia
is a bigger fight
than
Benavidez.
No, it's not.
Mike Tyson and all that. You know what I mean? That's Canelo's bodyguard. Hold on. You know why, Rachel? Just hear me out, Rachel. That's because David Benavidez be trying to come in with cornrows and all that stuff. If David Benavidez slicked his hair back, if he did the regular slick back, like y'all know, if he did that,
he came back in. He was like,
he'd be the bodyguard out there. That's all I'm saying.
This is getting crazy.
Just put that slick back in there.
And I think that statement about Munguia, it got to be worded better.
It's nasty work. This is nasty work.
I think it's bigger.
I'm a hater. Munguia,
I think it's no. I think Munguia, I think it's bigger, but I think Benavidez is better.
Exactly. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Benavidez is better. I'll give you that. But Munguia has more fans. Munguia has more people behind him. Like he has Mexico behind him. Like
literally
he's really adopted and adored by Mexico. Here's what you got to understand. Like just keeping it $150 when it comes to David Benavidez. David Benavidez is more American than Mexican. Like that's how they see it. Munguia got Mexico behind him. Munguia sells tickets. Munguia has a much bigger buzz and support in Latino America. Gee, I notice how you put that down super fast. That's the point that I'm making.
I put it up.
Like, hold on.
No, it doesn't
I'm gonna be honest with you, G. This is what I noticed. This is what I noticed about you, though, G. You overlook Latin America's impact on the marketability of fighters. You do that. You do it with Subriel Martinez, and you're doing it with Hami Munguia.
You know why? You know why?
You
know why?
Let me finish. Let me finish.
About Munguia. Y'all might be right about Munguia, right? Even though I kind of feel like if Canelo chooses Munguia out of all the options, That's a sucker move to me personally, but whatever. I can at least entertain it because y'all like, yo.
Bro, Latin America.
I know, so I'll at least entertain that. You talking about Berlanga? No, bro.
I'm not saying Berlanga. I said Subrio. You overlook.
Subrio ain't in
No,
this.
let me finish. When we first started talking about Subriel Martinez, you acted like he was a nobody. You acted like he wasn't on the same level as Devin Haney. And I told you he might even be bigger than Devin Haney. And since then, Subriel will sell more than Devin. Devin, yes, he will. Bro, Subriel is bigger than Devin Haney at this present time, bro.
Bro, stop arguing with G, man. You know he ain't even going to respect it. If they don't speak English well, G.
Exactly, bro. That's his problem. He doesn't value. He thinks that, just because, the world's bigger than one community, bro. Trust me, Subriel will outsell Devin, bro.
You're bugging.
Subriel will Devin don't sell nothing. What does Devin sell? Devin fought Vasily Lomachenko, couldn't even break 200,000 pay-per-view buys. He fought Regis Prograis, okay, and he couldn't even break 60,000 pay-per-view buys.
All right, so where's the evidence?
Okay, hold on. This is what it has to do with it, bro. This is what it has to do with it. Subriel Martinez is more entertaining. More people want to see him. If you make a video about Devin and you make a video about Subriel, more people are going to watch Subriel. Subriel has already shown that more people are interested in seeing him fight than Devin Haney. Subriel Martinez already has people looking for him. Look at his mentions, look at his search. Devin is staging fake altercations with his next opponent to sell. You're overlooking the fact that Subriel is going to be a pay-per-view star soon, especially if he beats Poirot. Hey, if they make that Liam Poirot fight versus Subriel Martinez and Subriel Martinez beats him, he's automatically pay-per-view attraction, bro. Devin Haney has been fighting on pay-per-view and he still hasn't broken 200,000. We talked about TC not being able to break 200,000. Devin's currently in that situation. You're sitting here talking about Devin like he's some big-time superstar, but Devin has been flop at the flop at the flop. Same with David Benavidez, but you still keep gassing him. You're overlooking the fact that the largest market in boxing, the Latin American market, doesn't care about Benavidez or Devin Haney the way you do.
I'm pretty sure. And I've seen this.
That's all I'm saying.
I think more people want to see Benavidez, and I'll even put Munguia on there more so than a Charlo fight. So let's just, everything you're saying is like, I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm simply disagreeing on the fact that you're picking Charlo. Like, Charlo makes financial sense for anybody. Doesn't make sense for Canelo. Doesn't make sense for PBC. Doesn't even make sense for Charlo. It's like, why would they even agree to that? It doesn't make sense at all. So I'm like, I don't even think that's going to happen. And I'm sticking to it. It is what it is. Go ahead, Ned.
Yo, let's make it. You got to clarify. Like, Jermell got whooped. And now it's Jamal. So
bro, they're twins, bro. You think
I know, G. You don't gotta go into that. I'm just saying, if Canelo whipped both of them and take his profile from here and get his profile all the way up here.
Bro, Ned, if you're saying that I'm out of touch with Benavidez and Munguia
I'm just saying,
whoever else,
Canelo whipped two Charlos,
then you definitely out of touch with your Charlo picks.
People gonna tune in and be like, oh, he's fighting the same Charlo. He fighting his brother, and he whooped both of them. It's up here. It's up here. You can't say nothing to me. You can't say nothing to me.
Hold on. How about this? Y'all brothers believe in this foolishness that he's kicking right now?
I'm just being real. Who got twins on their record?
That's cool.
Who got twins on their record?
I just want to ask this question straight up.
On his record.
I already know the answer. Hold on. I already know the answer to this, but I want to see if you're going to cap on this. Teofimo Lopez fought in the Hulu Theater. Like he fought in like the theater at Madison Square Garden, not even the actual arena, in the theater, and he couldn't even sell out the theater, which is significantly smaller. Do you doubt that if Subriel Martinez fought in Madison Square Garden, that he would sell out the arena? That Subriel Martinez would actually sell out the arena in Madison Square Garden? Do you doubt that?
No, I don't doubt that. He's Puerto
So,
Rican.
so
and
you're
there's Puerto
admitting
Rican based in New York.
that he would generate more money than Teofimo Lopez.
Yeah.
And you're admitting that he would generate
Hold
more
on.
money than Devin Haney
The
based on the
argument I
fact that
never
you're admitting that he would sell out Madison Square Garden.
Again, you're making an argument I've never made. You know what I'm saying? Like, what I'm saying is, and this is what I was saying from before, the reason why these dudes ignore him is because they can ignore him right now. Because if any of them even mention his name, there's problems for him. But if they just ignore him, like, yeah, I don't even know this dude. You know what I mean? And not to mention, he just recently got signed to Matchroom. You know what I'm saying? So he was never going to get a top ranked contract. He was never going to get a PBC contract unless he signed like a long-term, like, fight deal with one of them. And he wasn't going to try to do that. You know what I'm saying? He just wanted to get a belt and dip out and be a free agent. That's cool for him, but that's not how the business of boxing is. So these other guys with belts are just like, yo, we Gucci. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's all I was saying. It's
Can
not
you
like
show the comments, right? Can
Huh?
you show the comments by Desi Sanchez, please?
Desi Sanchez, hold on a second.
Yeah, can you show that comment? We do not claim Benavidez. He sold 60K. OnlyFans already proof who they loyal to. Bro,
Man,
if David Benavidez was that guy, Mexico would already buy his pay-per-views. They will already be supporting him. They will already be backing him.
maybe they're tribalistic. You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe they honestly don't view him as a Mexican. So maybe that's just a hurdle that he has to overcome. Maybe if he beats Canelo, he absorbs all of that fan base. You know what I'm saying? Like, everyone has a different road to success and to victory. Give him an opportunity, man. He earned it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think Munguia earned it. I don't think Charlo earned it. Like, what did they do that was so, like, that's just, like, way above and beyond anything that Benavidez has done? You know
What
what
has
I'm saying?
Benavidez done? I'm sorry, go ahead, Troy. You want to go ahead, Troy.
Because Munguia is Mexican and Charlo was promised this dude a fight years ago. This is what y'all deciding on, but like Benavidez, what he has to do more? Like, what more does he have to do? Come on, son. Like, the world wants to see that fight, man. Y'all bugging. But it's
the
cool.
world, G.
Here's
what I'm saying. Here's where you lose me, G. When you say the world wants to see Benavidez versus Canelo, but when Benavidez fights, he can't sell more than 60,000 pay-per-views. The world's suggesting they don't care about him. So if you're saying now that when he fights Canelo, that there's going to be an increase in sales and people are going to care about the fight more, you're essentially saying the world wants to see Canelo. Because when he fights on his own, he doesn't sell anything. Let me give you some examples of what I'm trying to say so you can't misconstrue the point. Miguel Cotto, for example, was the third largest pay-per-view attraction at a time when Floyd Mayweather was number one and Manny Pacquiao was number two. When Miguel Cotto fought on pay-per-view, although he wasn't fighting one or two, he still did really good numbers. When Manny Pacquiao fought on pay-per-view, although he wasn't fighting Floyd, he still did really good numbers, which only went to show that when they fought each other, they were going to do great numbers. David Benavidez does horrible numbers without Canelo. Canelo without him, Canelo fighting John Ryder does decent numbers. Canelo fighting John Ryder still does 3 times as much as Devin does fighting Regis. Actually, way more than 3 times, but more than Devin did fighting Loma. Canelo fighting anyone does good numbers. David Benavidez in his step-up fights, his best fights against Caleb Plant, against Demetrius Andrade, he still barely sells. He doesn't even come close to 100,000, and you actually have the audacity to utter your words that the world wants to see David Benavidez. The world, with his 60,000 selling self, the world wants to see him.
I promise you this: when they say
Jake Paul sells more than him, but the world wants to see.
I promise you,
David
more than
Benavidez.
60,000 sold in that fight. That's a fact. You know what I mean?
You guarantee what?
Yeah.
That fight's gonna sell more than 60,000.
Because Canelo always sells. You're right. Canelo always sells.
Yo, do me a favor, y'all. Y'all in the comment section, keep it classy, okay? You know what I'm saying? I don't need you talking reckless or acting like your mother ain't taught you no sense because you're covering your picture and you have a fake name, so you feel like you can say anything reckless, right? But that's not what we're doing here. All right, let's be respectful. Let's act like we got honor in class. Okay.
I'm like, what Trill talking about? I'm like, anybody? What are they talking?
I know
about?
what he's talking about, but who cares? Like they're
Let's keep it
relevant,
moving.
bro. Like
I just don't.
irrelevant.
Bro,
You know what I mean? They could try to say
No,
whatever
it's
they
fine,
want.
but I don't play when it comes to y'all, and I'm not gonna let them play when it comes to y'all. That's just like that. It's just like that. You know what I'm saying? Like let's act like we got some sense. Let's act like we got some class. We're all adults here. Let's act like it.
Yo, hold on. I got a question. Yo, what's a Piraguagua?
What?
I don't
Hey,
know.
someone inform G.
What is that, yo? What is that?
Pure
You
what?
talking spicy?
Pure what?
G
Yo,
needs
why-
some.
Yo, G White.
Yeah, I just want to. Hey, man, I just want to be in the loop, man. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? My Spanish ain't A1. You know what I mean? As I could tell.
I don't know what that is.
Oh, all right. All right, man. It's whatever, man. All right, let's go to the next subject, man.
All right,
Keep
man.
on
See,
confirmed.
G, you done thrown us off on a tangent, but that's fine. I'm not.
Hey,
I'm
man,
not upset
I
about
believe
it.
in what I believe. Y'all gotta have faith, yo.
Oh, it's Puerto Rican shaved ice cream. All right, yeah,
Oh,
that's what we need
you
to
already
do.
shoot. You already knew. Give me one of those ices. You know what I'm
I'll take
saying?
one of those too. Shoot, you know what I'm saying? G not the only one who needs one. Let me get one of those. You know what I'm saying? Hey, we might get one if they schedule that fight between Parole and Subriel in Puerto Rico. We might see if we can get there.
Yeah,
So,
let me get a mango one. Let me get a mango one.
So Rachel said the world but he is the front runner of opponents. More people calling for Benavidez than Munguia, Crawford, Bivol rematch or Jamal.
At least somebody keeping it 100 out here. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate you, Rachel. These guys sounding crazy and crazier. You know what I mean?
No, you're not listening, G. Because nobody front runner, that's cute. But we said financial. What makes financial sense for Canelo?
What makes financial sense would be Crawford. You know what I'm saying? But he doesn't
That's
want
what we're
Crawford.
talking about. That's
But
what
he
we
don't want him.
about.
He don't want him. So
Yo,
the next best option would be.
I said Devin should fight Subriel, and you said Subriel needs to build his profile. It don't make sense for Devin to fight him right now. It's a risky fight for low reward. That's essentially the same situation Canelo's in, but now you're faulting Canelo for taking the same.
That's not true, bro. When you have so many people calling out Canelo to fight Benavidez, it's not the same as Martinez, who again, y'all want to say this like y'all like he's that dude right now. He just recently became a buzz. Prior to that, nobody was looking for this kid. You know what I mean? Let's keep it 100, man.
Yo,
y'all thinking I'm lying, dog.
First of all, I'm glad you got Rachel on the screen right now. I'm sorry, G, to cut you off. Rachel is more thorough than half you dudes in the comments. I actually see what Rachel looks like. And if I ran into Rachel in the UK, I could be like, hey, what's up, Rachel? You always leave good comments or whatever. Half you dudes who talk trash don't even show your face.
He's just
right?
joking.
You don't come out. Lord knows who you are. And even if you put a picture up, it'll probably be a fake picture. It wouldn't even be who you actually are. And you talk trash behind the screen with no one knowing who you are. That's the most cowardly act ever. Okay? Talking about other people, where if you look, you can verify who I am. Everyone knows who I am. No one knows who you are. So you're looking for me to validate you. Now you want to take shots at Trill. You're looking for Trill to validate you, talking about you going to get dealt with. Or you want to see me like, bro, like you.
He already know. That's why he's trolling. He
That's what I'm saying. You a green S, bro. You a green S. All that means is that you a certified sucker. That's what you are. The sucker right there. You know what I mean? Anyways, I mean, I can't stand like people talk thorough behind my man Caesar. Look, there goes a real one right there. I see what Caesar look. Let's see. I bet you Caesar ain't talking no BS. Let's look at what my man Caesar said. As a Canelo fan, I want to see Canelo fight Benavidez. Sometimes I think Canelo doesn't like him because he and his father has been very disrespectful. Now that's real too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
that's real.
Because Benavidez is Mexican. You know what I'm saying? So watch your mouth, huh? Yeah.
Nobody said Benavidez.
Matter of fact, hold on. And Desi, you know what? I don't agree to this fight, but I'd rather see this fight than Charlo. At least you could justify Canelo taking this decision, because he knows the social media people gonna want to see that fight. Come on,
Yo, so just to clarify, like you guys stop. Nobody's saying that Benavidez isn't Mexican, but it's not about that. Like De La Hoya is Mexican, right? But De La Hoya fought in the Olympics for the United States of America, and when De La Hoya was fighting Fernando Vargas, Mexico, the country, they were riding with Vargas, bro. They were like, Vargas is representing Mexico. And Oscar, they were saying Oscar's an American because he fought for the United States of America, because he was born in the United States of America. It wasn't until Oscar beat Fernando Vargas where he really earned his stripes. I remember De La Hoya struggled with acceptance from Mexico. So that's what I'm getting at. I don't think that Benavidez has made that crossover yet. We could talk about even Danny Garcia, Puerto Rico, which is a territory of the United States of America, and even still, Danny Garcia wasn't fully accepted by Puerto Rico.
Yeah, because he used to rap Philippine. Philly
Rican. Philly.
So dog, you rap Puerto Rico to the T, dog. You can't.
So that's what I'm saying. We know Danny Garcia is Puerto Rican, but just because you're Puerto Rican, it doesn't mean the Puerto Rican fans are going to embrace you. Just because you're Mexican, it doesn't mean the Mexican fans are going to embrace you. Or in my case, just because you're black, it doesn't mean black people are going to embrace you. You know what I mean? So I'm saying that in my case because of the comment sections. In real life, I never had a problem, as G can tell you, with my people. But apparently in the comment section, some people have a problem with accepting that. But my point is, that is what it is. Maybe those people who are watching from the show feel some type of way, so they don't want it. But that's what I'm saying. It's about whether or not you're accepted by the people. So someone said Garcia doesn't speak Spanish. Well, there you go. So they use that as a reason not to accept Garcia. That's what I'm saying about Benavidez. For some reason, I don't feel like he's crossing over or connecting well with the Mexican fans, and they're not supporting him. That's the point I'm making. I'm not saying he's not Mexican. He's definitely Mexican, but Mexico isn't supporting him the way they support Munguia or the way they support Canelo.
That's whatever, man.
So
y'all should be ashamed of all yourselves.
All right, let's talk about the topic at hand. All right, let's go. So the next topic we're going to discuss on Boxing Bros is Keyshawn confirms he KO'd Teofimo Sr. and he called out Teofimo Lopez Jr. So we're going to take a look at a few things before we jump into this topic. Let's take a look. All right. So here is Keyshawn Davis confirming that he did, in fact, put hands on Teofimo Lopez Sr.
The boxing world know what happened, but sparring is sparring. The fight is a fight, and I like to fight, so let's make it happen.
I gotta ask you about your boy Shakur Stevens, and he said recently on Twitter that you knocked out Teofimo Lopez Sr. I don't know how true that is, but I guess you can kind of talk about it and elaborate a little bit if you can, or if you want to.
I'm not going to elaborate on it because, I never spoke about it. It happened about 5 years ago. I never brought it to the media because there's no point in bringing stuff to the media that happened behind closed doors. I said that about Teofimo when he brought up my name and other things that happened behind closed doors. I said I didn't respect that, and I'm not the type of person to do that. Shakur, I don't know why Shakur treated it. I don't know, but I can say this. When he said, he wasn't lying.
Sure, Raymond Morataya. You interested in Raymond Morataya?
I'm interested in Teofimo Lopez. Set the fight up. Teofimo Lopez is the best at 140. I'm interested in fighting the best. Tell Teofimo, send me the contract. I'm going to sign it.
Navarrete is another fighter you called out as well. If he picks up that strap, will that get done this year?
Oh, for sure. That's a world title. That's a world title. I'm not going to say no to a world title. So Navarrete will be another amazing fight for me, for the fans, and I would love to fight Navarrete too.
Frank Warren still on the plans or no? Who's the more difficult fight? Would it be Navarrete or would it be Teofimo?
I don't know. I have to get in there and fight both on the figure eight. I feel like on the outside looking in, that's almost underestimating them. You never know until you're in the ring with somebody. Just like a lot of these people were saying, it's gonna.
So that's what he had to say. You heard it. He said he doesn't really want to get into it, but what Shakur said about him knocking out Teofimo Sr. is true. And he said he wants that fight. Now, Keyshawn Davis, he kept that same energy when he spoke about it on Top Rank. Here's what he had to say.
Where did it start?
It started in the Top Rank office. He had approached me after he did an interview, and he started talking to me. And he said that a lot of people is counting me against Pedraza. They think I'm gonna lose or not look good. And I told him, that's their opinion. They could think that. I'm gonna just show them. And he said, okay, I respect that, Keyshawn, but after you win, after you beat him, just don't call me out. I started looking at him. I started laughing like, what you mean don't call you out?
This is the week of the fight.
This is about the first week in camp. This is the first week in camp. This is what he told me. So when he told me that, I just started laughing like, like, okay, I might just do call you out in a joking manner, but I was confused on why he would say that to me.
And then obviously you got into it afterward. I always wonder about this stuff after the fights. Is it real or is it fake? Is someone trying to get attention or not?
Yeah.
Tell me, man.
Oh, it's all the way real. Everything you see on camera, I can't fake nothing. That's not who I am. I'm the businessman. I stand on business. Everything I do is business oriented. Is real. And what he said to me in that office was real. He said, "Don't call me out." And what led to us, having a disagreement was
telling you what not to do.
Telling me not to do it. Also, him mentioning me in the interview that nobody brought up my name. He brought up my name. So after he brought up my name, that led to my press conference asking him them questions.
I mean, that was a grown man fight. It was an impressive win. What's next? And do you think you fight Teofimo Lopez down the line?
I think I can fight Teofimo Lopez this year. Teofimo Lopez said he's an old school fighter. He likes to put on great performances. Teofimo, fight me. I'm here right here saying I'm willing to fight you. Tell your promoters, tell Bob Arum, we have the same promoter. Tell your promoter, send a contract to me. I will sign whatever you need me to sign, and we can make it happen. If you're an old school fighter, show me you're an old school fighter, and let's make the fight happen for the fans this year.
You heard what he said. He called them out, say, yo, let's do it this year. Send me the contract. So this was Teofimo Lopez on Punch Drunk Boxing, someone who he gives interviews to regularly. And here's what he had to say.
They don't want to fight. Same thing. This kid, Keyshawn Davis, they talking about. He just wants an easy route to be famous. So big-headed. Completely big-headed, hasn't done anything in the sport of boxing, doesn't even have a world title. Those little belts that he has, I got that the first year that I turned pro.
You became a champion in 14 fights.
Shit. And that was in 3 years, 3 and some change. And I became a world champion at 22 years young.
Do you feel that call out was cloud chase because you was calling Terrence Crawford and Keyshawn as Terrence Crawford boy?
It's all cloud. They don't want me to fight their big boy. They don't want me to fight their Mac Daddy, who is Terrence Bud Crawford. He's the Mac Daddy of all those guys. And when I said I'll fight him at a catchweight, he knows what I meant by that because I've been saying it to everybody prior. I'll fight you at 154, between 147 and 154, I'll fight you. But then he says, go back in the drawing board. That man don't want no part of me, man. I'm telling you, I don't want no part of me because he knows he's going to have to fight me. And the thing is like, if you know one thing is that they have all the pressure on themselves because they got to fight me and show the world why I'm nothing.
So that's what he said, Teofimo Lopez. And lastly, we're going to take a look at some old sparring footage from Keyshawn Davis and Teofimo Lopez because some people were posting it. Now, of course, I would caution you that this looks like it's edited to show Keyshawn's highlights, but nonetheless, there were a lot, and Keyshawn didn't look out of place. And this is also only sparring, so keep that in mind as well.
Good right hand. Good right hand.
He was doing a lot of moving backwards. That's all I see. Walk him down, Keyshawn.
Oh, yeah, right hand. Good right hand.
You don't say that shit. You don't say that shit. I said you in. Shit, bro.
Good eye.
Like that, bro. Don't lean in like that.
So that's the footage right there. All right. Now I'm gonna turn it over to you, Trill Dollar Bill. What's your reaction to Keyshawn Davis confirming that he knocked out Teofimo Sr. In the gym, and calling out Teofimo Lopez now, saying let's fight this year?
His dad ain't no boxer. Senior ain't no boxer. That's like somebody getting on here and be like, I knocked out Bill Haney, another boxer. Bill Haney ain't no boxer. You know, you don't get no points for that. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. This is crazy. You don't get no points for that. Yo, here's my problem with Keyshawn. And it's been my problem with Keyshawn. I was big on Keyshawn. I came on here and been praising him. My problem is Keyshawn's personality is starting to irk me a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think he's putting in. I don't think he's. People might keep saying that these is tough. Like old Pedraza is your toughest. You got to be careful what you ask for, young man. I know Teofimo Lopez done had a couple rough. Be careful what you ask for, because I ain't seen you in there with no real punches yet. I ain't seen you in there with no real dogs yet. I seen you with some over the hill fighters that was cutting weight or in a new weight class or something like that. I ain't see you in there with no real killers yet, and that's the problem. And you already talking like a killer. Be careful what you ask for. You know what I'm saying? Because you might just get it. I just think they need to. If Pedraza is your toughest fight to date, you know what I'm saying? We have issues. I think you might just need to step back a little bit and try to fight one of these other guys to see if you really got it. You got the Jermaine Ortiz's. Maybe you need to try to get in there with him first, or some other guys first, just to see where you measure up at. You know what I'm saying? Before you go in there, because you ain't really been tested yet. There's still a lot of things in your fight. When we were seeing that, we was like, it's little things you still need to work on. But I'm not mad. I'm not mad at Keyshawn. This is what you're supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? You're supposed to want to fight the best and all that. But just be careful what you ask for. Talking about you standing on business. You actually remind me of T.I.'s son. You know what I'm saying? For real. But yeah, man, that's what I think, man. Just be careful what you ask for, man, because I don't think that, you know what I'm saying? I just don't see it. I don't think you're ready yet. Not yet. I think this, especially if Pedraza is your toughest test today, an old weight drained Pedraza. It's crazy.
He beat Teo Pedraza's ass. What you got to say?
I like that Keyshawn needs to call out Shakur, but he's not, because he's a cheerleader for him.
Speak your piece, G. You know what I'm saying? G.
Oh, no, I thought y'all were gonna keep going about this comment right here, but
yeah, but I'm just saying that's wild. That's just
He
holds the strong arms.
Yo, it's weird. I'm like 50-50 on this, because I don't feel like Keyshawn has done enough to call out the T.O. He only has like 10 fights, but at the same time, you got to do these type of antics just to get big fights nowadays. You know what I'm saying? Like, because nobody's going to look at Keyshawn right now. You know what I mean? So he has to do like stuff out the blue, to call out T.O. and everything just to get these type of fights. And I agree with you that he should be fighting like somebody like Shakur Stevenson and everything, but, they're cool and everything like that. So that's not going to happen. But if T.O. really does have like a gripe or issue with Keyshawn, then I can see this fight being made, So I'm not mad for Keyshawn calling him out, but if Keyshawn can't get the fight, I don't think he should be pissed off about it, because he has to realize like you're right here while Teofimo is up here, and it's like, and I'm not even saying that T.O. would definitely win. I'm just saying, T.O., like, he has like 20 something fights under his belt. He done paid his dues. you have yet to pay your dues. You know what I mean? Like your last real fight, or that was your first fight, really, was Pedraza, and that's a dude that's out, past his prime. I don't think that warrants you to get into the ring with a Teofimo. You know what I mean? So I don't know. So that's how I look at it. I wouldn't mind seeing the fight, but I'm not like looking for the fight. You know,
TBE. All right, we're gonna move on, man. TBE is probably sleep behind that blank screen. Normally, I would agree with both of you, but when it comes to Teofimo Lopez, I feel differently. I feel like Teofimo Lopez has said a lot of disrespectful things to members of all communities, from the Black community to the Puerto Rican community to the LGBTQ plus community. I feel like Teofimo Lopez is very reckless with the mouth. And we talk about the history of what he did to Teofimo Lopez's dad. The rumor is that he called him the N-word, and Keyshawn knocked him out, right? And he's confirming that. Now, I don't think that he's bragging on it, because he's not the one who told the world about it. It was Shakur. Shakur is the one who tweeted that, Keyshawn knocked your dad out and you did nothing about it. So although you don't get no points for knocking out an old man, I agree with you on that. But T.O. was there and he watched Keyshawn knock his dad out and he did nothing. Yeah. I think that's lame. Like
T.O. wanted to do that.
T.O. saw it and turned his back. Like, what happened? I missed it. T.O. was like, thanks for doing what I've been wanting to do for years. I said T.O.'s reckless with the mouth, and that's pause. That's a force. I feel like that's a force. But because he's reckless with his mouth. I mean, hey, you know what I mean? T.O. Park said I invented the N-word. Anyways, right? I do think that they're very annoying. And also, I saw Teofimo Lopez say in this interview out of nowhere, they weren't even talking about Keyshawn. They were talking about the other champions. And he said something about Keyshawn. He went out his way to mention Keyshawn. So I can understand why Keyshawn is taking it kind of personal. Like, okay, like you keep doing this, so I'm gonna call you out. And I get what y'all are saying, like, oh, what has Keyshawn done? But I feel like when there's bad blood, there's bad blood. And y'all are on the same stable. Y'all got the same promoter, y'all fight under the same network. Apparently, y'all got these gym wars and these gym issues, and y'all are sitting next to each other, and it's like they got y'all on the same card for a reason, I would presume. They want the world to see it. So I'm not upset with Keyshawn calling out T.O. I know some of y'all say y'all think that he'll beat T.O. I mean, you think that T.O. would dominate Keyshawn. I'm not so sure about that. Like, I thought he lost to Jermaine Ortiz. I thought Jermaine Ortiz made him look basic. I think Keyshawn Davis has good movement. I think Keyshawn Davis can mimic that movement, but I also feel like Keyshawn Davis will stand and sit down on his punches more. So I'm not saying he'll beat T.O., but I'm not saying T.O. walks through Keyshawn. Like, I think Keyshawn's a tough fight for him. And maybe Keyshawn's inexperience will come into play. But if you're going to call out T.O., I think this is the right time to call out T.O. based on how poorly he performed against Jermaine Ortiz. So I'm not mad at Keyshawn calling out T.O. I think T.O.'s put a big target on his back based on the way he acts and the things he says in the build-up to the fight, based on the things he says after the fight. Even I wrote this down. He said, oh, they're protecting their Mac Daddy, Terrence Crawford. Bro, I haven't heard Mac Daddy since 95, bro. I haven't heard anyone say Mac Daddy. You know what I heard? I heard Tyson Fury say it. And even when Tyson Fury said it, he said it sound more natural coming out of Tyson Fury's mouth than out of Teofimo Lopez's mouth. So T.O. is really annoying. And I wouldn't mind seeing Keyshawn Davis get his shot, because you did point this out too, Trill. Keyshawn's been calling out a lot of people, called out Frank Martin, but didn't fight Frank Martin. Called out another guy, didn't fight him. So I would love to see Keyshawn finally get the opportunity to back up all the smack he was talking. Salute, CJ. Happy Sunday to you as well. All right. We can move on to the next. Oh, TBE, which I don't even know if you're hip. What's your thoughts on this?
Yeah, let's move on to the next topic, y'all. I'm gonna be real with y'all, yeah. I'm trying to get informed right now, but you know, a lot of things.
All right, it's cool. Don't worry about it, Ned. All right, next topic. Subriel Matias didn't sign with Top Rank because they wouldn't guarantee a TO fight.
Oh, hold on.
If that's the case, he shouldn't sign to nobody. Nobody trying to get in there with him. Might as well be a free agent.
What the hell's going on with this, man? All right, hold on. Let me try this one more time. All right, got it. Oh, bro. I'm just gonna have to restart it. All right, hold on. All right, so it's already known that Subriel Matias has signed with Matchroom Boxing. Eddie Hearn has signed Subriel, and Subriel explained why he didn't sign with Top Rank, and the reason why he didn't sign with Top Rank is because they wouldn't guarantee him. Just kidding. All right, I'm trying to set up the video, but there's some issues with me setting it up right now. This is part of the issue with live. All right, hold on a second. All right, here we go.
Bendiciones, campeón. Oye, siéntate a hablar con Top Rank y pregúntale por qué no quisieron garantizar mi pelea.
So you have to read what he's saying if you can't speak Spanish, but it's showing you the caption. And he's
Teófimo, saludo, papá. Bendiciones, campeón. Oye, siéntate a hablar con Top Rank y pregúntale por qué no quisieron garantizar mi pelea contigo. Por eso mi promotor tomó todos los rumbos. Cuéntale eso a la gente. Habla claro. ¿Tienes o no tienes miedo? ¿Quieres o no quieres pelear conmigo? Habla claro. Teófimo, saludo, papá. Bendiciones, campeón. Oye, siéntate a hablar con Top Rank y pregúntale por qué no quisieron garantizar mi pelea contigo. Por eso mi promotor tomó todos los rumbos. Cuéntale eso a la gente. Habla claro. ¿Tienes o no tienes miedo? ¿Quieres o no quieres pelear conmigo? Habla claro. Teófimo,
so you heard what he said. Basically, he said that's why they wouldn't guarantee a fight with you, T.O. Like, why wouldn't they guarantee me a fight with you? That's why I had to go another route. So he's making this video saying, like, tell the people why. Because he knows that T.O., you know, he's known for trying to spin the narrative, so he makes the video. And this is Eddie Hearn announcing that he signed Subriel Matias, and here's what he had to say. This is a huge signing. Welcome to the team, Subriel Matias, one bad man. And you see, he is now with the Zone. All right. So, all right. I'm going to turn it over to you, G. He already don't like him. He don't want to read something.
That was a good one, man. I ain't gonna lie, man. I had to laugh at that. You know what I'm saying?
That was pretty good. G, man, what's your reaction to that, man?
I mean, I'm just curious. Who we gonna fight in that matchroom? Who we gonna fight at matchroom?
Devin.
See, but hold on. Now, listen. If he can get that Devin fight, I think y'all owe Devin an apology, because I felt like just earlier you was like clowning him like, yo, Devin don't want to take that fight. I don't think Devin's scared of this guy. To be honest, I don't even think T.O.'s afraid of Matias either. You know, so I just think it's like for these guys, it's like, how does this benefit them? You know, and if Matias is, I don't know, man. It's good for him that he gets signed, you know. and maybe Matchroom is the best, promotional company for him. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think T.O. is nervous. I don't think Devin's nervous. I think both those guys have the skills to actually beat Matias. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to see those fights, man. And then after that, hopefully, if Devin's the one who takes him out first, people put more respect on Devin's name. Yo, that's just how I feel. You know what I mean?
My God. Oh my goodness. Okay. Trill, you there? TBE? TBE, go ahead, Jonathan.
First off, I want to say it looked like boxing in his first his career. It looked like he was going to his construction job, yo. I ain't gonna lie. You saw the neon and everything on him. But what did he say 2 fights ago? Nobody moves from here.
And this is a fact.
Hey.
Yo, I just want to differentiate between saying nobody knew Subriel and you didn't know Subriel. Because it's ridiculous to say nobody knew Subriel. I can say nobody knows Devin. Devin isn't popular. If I go up the street right now and I stop 10 random individuals and say, "Do you know Devin Haney?" I believe maybe 1 or 2 people would know who he is. So to make this argument against Subriel Matias, 1, is ridiculous, and 2, just because you don't know who Subriel Matias is doesn't mean other people didn't know who he was.
So are you saying that more people know Subriel than they know Devin?
I'm saying Subriel is more popular than Devin, yes.
I'm saying this. Back in the days, we had billboards. And when you driving down the highway or the passway, whatever you want to call it, the freeway, you would see signs showing something like something's coming up. And you look up, be like, all right, cool. It's a reminder. These fighters nowadays are not using, well, Subriel is. A lot of fighters are not using social media to their justice to benefit their celebrity, their profile, things like that. Where it's like, it's free. You can promote yourself, and at this point, once it gets a lot of views, it's free. But a lot of fighters are unknown. Like, as talented as they are, they're unknown. Like, there's so many fights and there's so many fighters. And if it's the first time I watch them, the second time, it doesn't stick in my mind. Or the majority's mind, because everybody's quick pace. But back to the topic. I like what Subriel did, even though you gotta read it while you're watching, because I hate subtitles. I like to hear it and get it, collect my information, things like that. But he did he talked his mess. He said what he had to say. And if Devin wanna step in the ring, Teofimo wanna step in the ring with him. Devin's next. Teofimo wanna step in the ring. Do it. Let's do it. It's great for boxing. We need the fights. We need the big fights. We need things like that. And after all of this, I'm not gonna say get too emotional about it, because it's like last episode we talked about Subriel. I was like, Subriel who? Now Subriel making his name known. Like, just keep doing that. Build your profile. And if you bought that action, Subriel, do your thing. And I think, honestly, I think you should promote the Subriel who Matias to the top, because it's all about everything sell. So what you could do is what you can do.
All right, put Chris Cash up real quick. First of all, buddy, that's like saying I don't know who Shaqy Foster is. Like, everyone isn't main event. We can't talk about everyone. And when you said when he rematches, look at the way you just wrote that. I don't know who that guy is. I know who he is now after Subriel fought him, but I know who Subriel is. It's all in the way you asked the question. If you're asking me about Anayon, I don't know who that is. I didn't know who that was, but I know who Subriel is. And so it's all in your phrasing of the question, but also to sit around and, again, this is what I'm talking about. We don't talk about Shaqy Foster, but because we had to take our time to decide which fighters we're going to talk about, because 1, there's so many things happening, we can't speak on every fighter, and 2, people don't watch every video you make about every fighter. So it's all about getting in what you get in. So don't sit here and try to come and be like, oh, y'all didn't even know about this. Like, that's cap, bro. Like, you really can't sit in here and try to push that nonsense. I mean, like I said, we ain't talk about Shaqy Foster, but we watched this fight. We saw it. Great fight. Salute to him too. Getting
That's
that
been my guy for years. Oh, Shaqy. That's my man. I was mad about that too. I wish we could talk about that too, because the kid was down on himself and he shouldn't have been.
Yeah. Anyways, you can. I mean, I just want to address that. Just because we don't talk about fighters, or because you may put it in the comment and we don't understand, you know, how what you was asking or whatever, doesn't mean we don't know the fighters, bro. Like we do the prospects, we do all that stuff. We was talking about Mason Abdullah before. You know what I'm saying? We were talking about Devin before he blew up. We be talking about these fighters before they blew up all the time. So to sit here and be saying like, yo, put Eves be up there. Now that's real. Now that's real. But come on, man. Like it's fine. But don't sit here and try to paint some narrative that isn't true. Like we didn't know who the IBF champion in 140 was. All right. Oh, Trill just walked out. TBE just went. All right, I'm gonna jump in. First of all, here's what I will say. Here's what I do know about Subriel Martinez. We showed a video of Richardson Hitchens saying he didn't want to fight Subriel. Although he could petition to fight Subriel Martinez, Richardson Hitchens said he didn't want to fight Subriel because he didn't want to adhere to the rehydration clause, because he wanted to be at his best if he had to fight someone as dangerous as Subriel. Mr. Chris Cash, I don't know if you're aware of that, but we actually showed that video. Here's another fact that I'm aware of. We saw Rolly talk trash about each champion at 140, and then when he got to Subriel Martinez, he said, and the other guy, nobody knows him. To which the reporter responded, are you talking about Subriel Martinez? And Rolly said, I don't know, you know, refused to even acknowledge Subriel. He didn't even want to acknowledge that Subriel existed. That's another fact. Here's another fact. Teofimo Lopez team offered Subriel Martinez a contract to fight him, knowing one, he had just fought, and two, he had a hand injury and reported having a hand injury and needed time off. So they knew he wouldn't be ready for that fight. Subriel disclosed all that information. So what we have Cash App? When did this happen?
Oh, I just set it up. I didn't think it was gonna work, but it actually worked. Thank you, HLD, for our first $5 donation. Blessings.
Hold on, what happened?
I'm saying we have to talk about this after the show, but Chris says, put your money where your mouth is and super chat your question if you want to be heard, or change your handle to Chris Brokey. Brokey, all right.
I respect it.
All right. You know, so I'll say this, right? Again, like I was saying, so he did that. Bill Haney tried to front like he called the promoter to fight Subriel Martinez, but he said the wrong name. He said the wrong name, right? And got exposed for it. And then everyone started calling Bill Haney out. And then Bill Haney was like, oh, I'm going to speak with his manager and whatever, right? But of course, that never happened. So what I'm saying to you is this, right? If Subriel is such a chump and all these guys really want to fight Subriel like they're saying, why don't they just step up to the plate and fight the man? Why are people doing all see, this is what I'm talking about. Now that's what all right. Anyways, right? So you might as well take that money back if that's what you want. That's what you want us to read. All right, so like I was saying, so there's proof that these dudes are avoiding. There's proof that these dudes are avoiding Subriel Martinez. It's not like we're making this up. you're making it seem like we're trying to make Subriel Martinez the boogeyman. No, they're making him the boogeyman. When Richardson Hitchens goes on and says, I don't want to fight for the IBF championship because I don't want to have a rehydration clause to fight Subriel, when Bill Haney lies and acts like he offered money to Subriel when he really didn't, when Rolly acts like he doesn't even know who Subriel is, they're the ones making him the boogeyman. We're not the ones making him the boogeyman. We're the ones saying, damn, why can't this dude get a fight? And then you just heard Top Rank refuse to guarantee Subriel a fight against Teofimo Lopez. So why didn't they guarantee the fight? Are we the ones making Subriel the boogeyman, or is them lying about offering him a contract, them refusing to say his name, Richardson Hitchens admitting that he doesn't want to fight Subriel with a rehydration clause? Is that what's making him the boogeyman? So you got to stop with this. All we're saying is we want to see him get the fight. And I think it's cute that someone thinks Devin Haney would dominate Subriel Martinez when Devin Haney struggled with little Lomachenko and was lucky to get that decision. Then he fought Regis Prograis at 140, who was an easy touch at 140. And let's not forget, I called that was going to be an easy one-sided fight. I was never fooled. And I think Chris Cash was the same one saying, oh, you're being disrespectful to Regis. I'm going to come back here. What did he do? He came back here and apologized to me because I was right. Yeah, I think that's that same cat. All right, so now let's talk about how Devin became undisputed at 135. He fought the easiest fight you can fight, George Kambosos, twice. And he won all the belts in one fight. It wasn't like he had to collect the belts, right? So there's that. Teofimo Lopez, we've seen him get beat by Kambosos. We've seen him be in a close fight with Sandor Martin, which many people felt like he lost. He was fortunate to get the decision. We just saw him in another close fight with Jermaine Ortiz, and people again feel like he was lucky to get the decision, you know. So I would say this, right? Based on all that, I don't understand where all this confidence comes from, like Subriel Martinez is out of his depth against these guys. So that's what I will say. And of course, salute to Rachel. She said, bring the punch-offs back. You know what I'm saying? Yes. We can definitely look into that as well. So all I'm saying is, in a nutshell, Saloma is extremely skilled. Subriel, one way forward. Okay. Again, Devin's going to have to prove he can take that pressure. Devin's going to have to prove he can stop Subriel. That's what Devin's going to have to do. But again, you know, you sitting here talking about like it's easy. Loma put it on Devin, and Kambosos wasn't no Subriel. I'll tell you that much. But getting to the point, why won't Devin just offer him the fight? I would love to see the fight.
I was wrong. All right, well, salute to Chris Cash, man. He admitted he was wrong, man. So it's all love. It's all love.
Well, here's the thing, bro. Like, you wouldn't have to come back saying you was wrong if you didn't come out talking reckless from the beginning. And just like you had to come back and say he was wrong, you know, we'll see what happens with Subriel and Devin. And if that fight happens, that's cool. But to sit around here and be like, oh, y'all just whatever, nah, like we're not trying to make him the boogeyman. And anyone who's watched the videos, what's the first thing I say? I don't even believe in boogeymen. It's the first thing I say. I say it all the time. I don't believe that there's a such thing as a boogeyman. I say it all the time. I said, but they're avoiding him. I do believe that. What's up, Caden? Love the music. Thank you, brother. Salute to you, Marvin, big man. So, anyways, I don't know if Trill's with us. Dollar Bill, you there?
Well, look like we're going to the next topic.
Yeah.
Right. Next topic is Otto Wallin changed his mind on who would win between Fury and Joshua. Oh, please disregard the timestamp, but.
All right, so now we're going to go to Otto Wallin changed his mind on who will win against Fury and Joshua. All right, so we're going to share this video.
Let's get into this topic.
So here's what Otto Wallin had to say.
Question. You fought both guys. You fought Joshua. You fought Tyson Fury. How does this fight go? You're in a unique position.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting. I always felt like Fury was going to win that fight pretty easy. But now, just after being in with Joshua, I know he's very tough. He's got a lot of power and speed also. And he's a good fighter, Joshua. So I think it would be a good fight. But I'm having a hard time going against Fury, but I'm going to leave the door open for Joshua too. And I think it will be a good fight and for sure something that we want to see.
Before you fought Joshua, did you think Tyson easily beat Joshua, or did you still think it'd be a tough fight for Fury? But now that you faced Joshua, is the fight a lot tougher now?
It's hard to say, but I always felt like the styles was just. I felt like Joshua was a good style for Fury. But I changed my mind a little bit. I think that I give Joshua a better chance now after I've been in with him.
Like I said, you're in a unique position. You fought both men, and you're going to get inundated with interviews, no doubt. So I hope your phone's got full battery. And it's one of them fights that we do want to see, and we do want to see you get back in the ring. So obviously, you fought Joshua and Tyson Fury. They're probably two of the top four right now in the heavyweight division.
Anyway, so he just talks about like who he's looking to get into the ring with, and Otto Wallin says that he's going to just look to have a bounce back fight. So you heard what Otto Wallin had to say. He stated that now he used to think Fury would beat Joshua easy, but now he thinks it's a 50-50 type of fight and that Joshua has a chance after being in the ring with him. So Dollar Bill, I see you back. What are your thoughts on that?
Everybody got a plan till they get punched in the face. You know what I'm saying? Like for real. You know what I'm saying? He had this opinion about AJ to AJ had to put them paws on him. And he had to realize this is different. This is different. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, Otto Wallin, that's what's up. That's what's up. I ain't mad at him. You know what I'm saying? Like it takes somebody to admit that they was wrong and then try to make that correction. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people would have just, not said anything. But the fact that he was man enough to, you know what I mean? We come back and be like, hey, listen, man, it's different when you get in there. You know what I'm saying? I can respect it.
All right, G.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even care for Otto Wallin's opinion, to be honest. You know what I'm saying? Because when you think about it, like his claim to fame is really cutting, Tyson Fury. But when he was in there with Joshua was violating him. You know what I mean? So to me, it's like, yeah, whatever. You know what I mean? But if he was like Otto Wallin, the world beater, then I would put more emphasis on his opinion. But for what he produced when he fought Joshua, I was like, I'm not really even impressed with this guy. You know what I mean? So it doesn't even matter his opinion, to be honest with you. And you can't really trust these type of guys anyways. I feel like they always have an agenda, so I don't know. He has to downplay one guy over the other. Or, and they all do it, to be honest. Like, even when Fury's talking about Wilder, it's like, Fury's talk like Wilder's like that dude. You know what I mean? Like, he's the man of the heavyweight division. But we all know why he does it, So it's just hard to take these guys serious when they're giving opinions because they understand that, they big up one guy because them picking up that guy also bigs up their career. You know what I mean? And vice versa and stuff like that. So, I don't know. I feel it's all cap. So, yeah, it is what it is.
All right, TBE.
Yeah, I feel the same way. I feel like Wallin was talking like, oh, Joshua's past his prime before they fought after he got whooped. Now he's wanting to give Joshua his praises. For me, for this fight, I feel Joshua got like, it's like, how can I explain this in the way that makes sense for the world? It's like if Fury was to say something so disrespectful that Joshua has to like dig deep, And I'm like, Joshua still got to bring that dog out. Like, yes, he can box. He's a talented boxer. A man who started at 18 years old, became world champion, things like that. He's a talented boxer. But Joshua has to dig deep when you know you got to fight for your life. You got to fight for your food. Like, everything's on the line for this fight. If you fight Fury, you step in the ring with that man, you got to know everything is on the line. And it's going to make history or break history. And that's it. And what Wallin said, it's all nonsense. Because this guy, he 1 minute he's talking down, next minute he want to pick him up. But after he gets knocked out, or not knocked out, beat up badly, and yeah, he got knocked out. So, but it is what it is.
Look, man, you can discredit it, but he has insight as someone who's been in the ring with both fighters. And I think as long as he's being honest and he's being real, then he has probably the most valuable information out of most people, because he's been in the ring with both fighters. And he did give Fury a tough fight, and Joshua beat him, rather easy. The reality is he was a tune-up for Fury, and he was a tune-up for Joshua. It was just Fury struggled more with the tune-up than Joshua did. Now, Fury bounced back, and he had a great performance against Wilder after struggling with Wallin. And in fact, Wallin gave him a tougher fight than Wilder did in his rematch with Wilder. And Wallin, many people thought Wallin was actually banana skin for Anthony Joshua, but it turns out that Joseph Parker was banana skin for Deontay Wilder, and that's what derailed the potential fight between Anthony Joshua and Deontay Wilder. As we now know, that fight was signed to take place in Saudi Arabia. So for me, I'm not going to discredit what Otto Wallin said, because Otto Wallin said going into the fight, he thought Anthony Joshua was mentally weak. He thought it was the right time to get Anthony Joshua. He said that he felt confident in his ability to outbox Anthony Joshua based on what he knew about Anthony Joshua from their sparring sessions. He was honest then. I believe he's being honest now when Otto Wallin says that before the fight, he thought Joshua was easy for Tyson Fury, but after the fight, he realizes that Joshua would be a tough fight for Tyson Fury. I believe that. I think he's being honest. I take that as credible information. But at the end of the day, there's only one way to really find out what would happen, and that's for them to step in the ring. But I'm not going to discredit his assessment as if I think he has an agenda, because I think he's just giving his honest opinion, like he did each time he was asked a question. So that's how I take it.
All right, we're talking about Nez Boo now. Still wants to fight Keith Thurman. This is getting reckless,
Yeah, so Clarissa Shields, she spoke with Gillian Wallow, and she doubled down on her take on Keith Thurman and her ability to beat Keith Thurman. We're going to listen to what she said, and then we'll discuss it. So here's what Clarissa Shields had to say. Make sure I'm sharing it now.
You think that you could beat Keith Thurman?
Now let me tell you something.
I gotta ask.
I'm about to be real with you.
Yes.
Keith Thurman is not that great of a boxer. Is he strong?
Yes.
Yes. But what else? I'm just being honest with you. What else? He ain't boxed in 2 years. He about to fight March 30th against Tim Tszyu.
Mm-hmm.
Tim Tszyu finna knock Keith Thurman ass out. That's the truth. Now, would I get in the ring and try to go blow Keith Thurman? No, I'm not a dummy. But I'm bigger than Keith Thurman. I'm a woman, but I'm bigger. I'm longer. I got better skill. Keith got to land before he can. And then if you talking about, he only got to land once, he got to land more than once to get me out of there. But how is he gonna take the punch that I give to him? Keith Thurman can't take no body shot.
You about to make me beef ribs on me.
Look, I don't got nothing against Keith Thurman.
Can he take a body shot?
Can he take it? And no, he can't. Look, this is you talking to a boxing encyclopedia. I've been at the fights and I watched Keith Thurman fight. I've been there at the up in New York when he fought. I've been there to see it with my own eyes. I'm not saying that Keith Thurman no trash. I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying that ain't no boxer who been off for 2 years. Don't even take boxing seriously. I don't know why he be talking like that, but whatever. And then you ain't even that great of a boxer to be talking about some. Oh, you can go in there and use bigger gloves and beat me with. Look, I got my man here. My man has seen me in the ring with men. He don't have a worry ever in his life. When I get out
we can like clarify like that's her talking.
You know,
scroll down real quick.
Bro, I already showed it at the beginning. If you were paying attention, you would have saw it.
Yo, Ned.
This guy. So
I want to go. It's me. Lob it to me. Clarissa,
right, go ahead, Ned. What's your reaction to this, Ned?
Clarissa, I love you. You know I die for you. You know I'm your bodyguard, baby. But you talking crazy right now. Like you talking like you go whip Keith Thurman. Even I don't respect Keith Thurman's talent as a boxer. He's once upon a time. And at this point, you're like cashing a check you can't bounce. And for you talking like this, it's insane. I don't want to say what, because you know we can get canceled for what I want to say next. But I'm like, Calypso, be humble. Be humble. If you want to be talented enough to be at the point where you could sit here and respect a champion, a professional, like you're a professional boxer. He's a professional boxer. You want to respect him. You make your bed, you lay in it. But I'm saying it's not that easy as you think it is. In a fight, I'm done. I don't even go further into what it's just too not. It's not made for a podcast. It's too in a like for the life I live and how I move. It's just too. It's not good for me. It's not good, and we're gonna just leave it at that. Clarissa, be humble. Be humble. We saw the video before. Who is he? He's not no champion. He's not no world champ. You a champion, but the guy who knocked you down wasn't no world champion. So be humble. Move life with grace. Show you learn and you learn from your mistakes, things like that. But sitting here talking like that is insane.
Now apparently Ned hasn't moved on from Clarissa. All right, G.
Yeah, I actually agree with Ned, man. Like Clarissa just sounds foolish, man. Like, let's just be real, man. At first I wasn't for this fight at all, but because she keeps running her mouth, I'm cool with it. You know, like I'm gonna give Keith Thurman a pass if he goes like, you know what, I'm tired of her lip. Let's set this up. Like, hey, because this could be a learning lesson for a lot of sisters out here. You know what I mean? That there's divisions, there's weight classes, and all of that stuff for a reason. And she's saying all this like, oh, I'm bigger than him. What does that mean? You know what I'm saying? Like it's not like you're carrying more muscle, you got more bone density or anything. So to talk like that against Keith Thurman is just mad disrespectful. Like, I just don't understand, sis, man. So I just feel like she needs to really like humble herself and really think about the type of things that she's doing. And not to mention, like, the governing bodies or something got to step in and be like, yo, Clarissa, watch your mouth, because, you're thinking this is a cute situation, but this type of mind state could get you and other women hurt, so you don't have to disrespect Keith Thurman. And it's like, I'm still wondering like why she's bringing up Keith Thurman all the time. And she said something like, oh, well, I watched him fight. So you think you could take them punches that he be landing? Like, stop, man. I don't know. She's just, to me, this is getting like beyond disrespectful. Now it's getting kind of like delusional, And to me, it's like, yo, you got all this smoke for Keith Thurman. How about you use a fraction of that smoke you got for Keith for Alicia Baumgartner or something? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a woman at least. So it's like she's calling you out, set up that fight. That's a good payday for both of y'all. But you more busy disrespecting Keith Thurman, man. And I get it. Keith is kind of goofy, you know what I mean? But not to a degree where you feel like you could actually beat him. Like, yo, quit the cap, man. So yeah, I feel bad for my man Thurman, man. He don't deserve this.
Let's put up HOD. So HLD said Thurman need to take that fight and blast her from pillar to post. Enough of this modern day emasculation. Woman been watching way too many Marvel movies.
Yo, it's funny you said that. I just watched that Miss Marvel movie last night. Garbage.
Oh, the views and opinions of HD do not reflect the Boxing Bros as a whole and all the other faces you see on the screen. All right, so my man HD said what he said. All right, you can take it down now. Dollar Bill, you there? All right, Dollar Bill's busy right now. You know, I'm not saying, I'm sure HD is, there's some humor mixed with some truth in what he's trying to express, which is that Clarissa's acting like this is a movie and she's filming, the Marvel movie. Or the thing that I don't like about this situation is I think women's boxing is really starting to establish itself. Like, we sit here and talk about women's boxing, and we actually go at it like we do when we talk about the men. Like, I'll be in here talking to G. Like, I remember the debate we had about Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano, and that was more heated than some of the debates we have about the guys. And we were into it, and it was skilled, and it was fun. And I feel like women's boxing is on the cusp of establishing itself. And I think instead of trying to compete against the men, the women should focus on what makes their sport unique and the unique elements of being a woman and being a female fighter that they can take and use to make their sport its own type of entity, its own type of event. And I think that would help it flourish. Like, I think as it stands, women's boxing, the women in women's boxing, they're trying to guilt the men into watching women's boxing or respecting them, and I feel like they're also trying to gain respect by promoting the way men would promote. Like the way Clarissa Shields is talking about Keith Thurman, she's promoting it how like Devin Haney would promote his fight against someone else, like Tank, so to speak, right? Like how Devin would talk about. I think what women's boxing would benefit from is figuring out a way to get more women into caring about women's boxing, right? And then I think the men will follow. So, for example, what I notice is like if enough men care about a fighter, like if enough men care about Anthony Joshua, care about Wilder, care about Fury, because the men are into it, a lot of women are going to get into watching these fighters because the men are watching the fighters. Now, if women were into watching Clarissa Shields, Alicia Baumgartner, Amanda Serrano, Katie Taylor, Chantel Cameron, you got a lot of names. You have some good female fighters. What I think is missing is marketing the women to the sport, like getting the women into it. You got to look into what women like, what women invest their time in, what the things they watch, and then you got to get them to want to watch the sport. I think relying on men to see women's boxing as equal to men's boxing is just not going to happen. And I don't think you need men to see it that way. We just talked about Natasha Jonas versus Michaela Mayer. Although there was a huge argument and debate about who won, not necessarily among us because it's the first time we all agreed, but my point is the controversy. The fact that there even was a controversy is good for women's boxing because that means people are actually watching and they actually care. So why do you need them to see it as equal to men? All you need is for them to see it as something worthy of watching and something that's entertaining. Because in reality, it's not. It's equal. There's a difference between equal and fair. I feel like I lost some people, so let me break it down. There's a difference between equal and fair, right? All right, before I make a deep point, let's let Ned jump in. Go ahead, Ned.
I don't know why you did that to yourself.
I'm just saying, if Clarissa's fighting some chaps, I'm tuning in. I don't care. Like, she walking out, like the cowboy. whatever. If Clarissa wearing that, I'm tuning in. I swear to God, I'll pay.
All right, great. So, all right. So if someone's 6 foot tall and with their reach, when they reach as high as they can, they have 8 foot reach, right? And you give them a 2 foot step so that they can grab something that's 10 feet high, right? And then you give the person next to them a 2 foot step so that they can grab the same object, except the person next to them is only 5 feet tall, right? It's equal. You gave them the same height. You gave them a step that's the same height, but only the person who's 6 feet tall is going to be able to reach it. The person who's 5 feet tall might not be able to reach it, but it's equal. But it's equal. But is it fair? Right? So there's a difference between equal and fair. And it's never really going to be equal because people are at different levels. And you're going to keep adjusting. You're going to keep doing this. All I'm saying is people are entertained by women's boxing. We're watching women's boxing. We're trying to figure out ways to make it better, whether it be 12 2-minute rounds or make it 3-minute rounds. But it's never going to be equal to men's boxing. I think women's boxing should take pride of being a league of their own as a different kind of entertainment for boxing. I agree.
Mm-hmm.
I agree because women's boxing, like when I watch the fights, I'm entertained. And there's certain fights that I would love to see. So rather than calling out the men, like trying to get respect, I think that's the wrong way to go. I think that's going to turn guys against it. You know what I mean? Because I think what HOD was saying, like the men actually want to support it. The men actually want to watch it. The men actually want to participate. But once you start going against the men and you start dissing Keith Thurman and you start putting Keith Thurman in an awkward position, it's like, I don't want to see that. I don't want to see you diss Keith. Like, I don't want to see Clarissa diss Keith, and I don't want to see Keith have to fight her and knock her out to prove that she's tripping. You know what I mean? I don't want to see that. And I don't know, but we can move on from that. I guess what I'm saying is I think women's boxing is on the come up. I think it's entertaining. I think they should focus on building their own brand instead of having some crossover fight. I think men already respect women's boxing. Like, that's me personally. I haven't seen men be like, oh, I mean, I've seen some people hate, but I think for the most part, we like watching the women fight and we respect their skills. So I don't really think she needs to call out Thurman. I don't see the point.
All right. So next topic. Is the boxing world underestimating Thurman's chances of beating Tszyu?
Here we go. Speaking of Thurman, he has a fight against Tszyu. And so now we're going to discuss whether or not we believe the boxing world is underestimating his chances. And that stems from this right here. So we'll take a look. Hopefully I can share this. Here we go. So this is Tim Tszyu on Crawford. He says, I see him as such a great challenge, but I also see him as being beatable. He's talking about Terrence Bud Crawford. Now, Leonard Ellaby posted this with the caption stating, he think Keith Thurman is a chump. The 30th of March can't get here fast enough. LOL. So it sounds like Leonard Ellaby is insinuating he believes that Keith Thurman is going to beat Tim Tszyu, and that people are underestimating Keith Thurman. Gee, I'm gonna throw it to you, man. Is the boxing world underestimating Thurman's chances of beating Tim Tszyu?
Yeah, I think so. And now let me say this: I could understand people's like hesitation for picking Thurman in this fight because of his inactivity. But when you watch how Tszyu fights, yo, he's like a straightforward type of fighter that he struggles with people who possess a more athletic style in the ring. And Thurman, you know, he may flirt at times with running. But what we do know is, you know, he's real selective with his punch selection, the way he moves around the ring. You know what I'm saying? I know that's going to be like real difficult for Tszyu, you know? So I honestly think Thurman's gonna actually win. I know it's too early for predictions, but I think he got this, you know. And the only thing that's gonna hold him back is the fact that he hasn't been in the ring for like 2 years. But outside of that, you know, I'm not really sold on Tszyu. It seems like the only time he does great is when a fighter just wants to come straight up to him and just throw punches. But, you know, again, if we're talking about the sweet science, I haven't seen him fight against somebody that's demonstrated the sweet science in the ring. And I'm not saying like, you know, like Thurman's like, you know, like a boxing guru or anything, but Thurman shows a lot of things in the ring that a lot of guys that Tszyu has fought that they haven't shown, you know. So it's a nice matchup, and I kind of feel like it hurts Tszyu more than it hurts Thurman. So that's why I'm picking Thurman on this one. So I definitely think we're all underestimating Thurman's abilities.
All right, Dollar Bill, do you think that the boxing world is underestimating Keith's chances of beating Tim Tszyu?
No, just because of everything that G said. It's not they're not underestimating them. It's just the facts that they got. You know what I'm saying? It's like, first of all, he's fighting a guy that's bigger in a different weight class. Never been in this weight class. Then, you know, he's going against a guy who's a champion, who's a puncher, who's been coming as aggressive. We've seen what happened with Keith going against guys who's aggressive. Even when he was trying to box, he gets caught and he got dropped. Listen, I got a lot of love for One Time too, but like G said, you know what I'm saying? This 2-year layoff out of the ring. And plus he was dealing with other stuff too, with injuries and stuff like that. And then you're coming back, no touch-up fight or no tune-up fight. It really looks like they're using Thurman's name to make Tszyu a star. That's what it seems like they're trying to do because, you know, where is he from? Australia, right? You know, and they know that there's a market over there and he got a country behind him. Is better than what Thurman got. So why not just use that his name, you know, and get that dub and move forward, you know? That's why they put him in there with Thurman. Because they must know something. You know what I'm saying? They must know something. So that's what I'm thinking. But yo, nothing but respect to Thurman, Keith Thurman. That's my man. But I just feel like the layoff, plus with the injuries, plus with everything else is going on. You even got Carissa Shields calling the player out. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know, listen, that would have been 50-50. You know what I'm saying? After that would have been a whole different conversation. Now I'm playing. I'm just joshing. But yeah, I don't think the world is underestimating them. They're just looking at the facts at hand.
TB.
Yeah, when it comes to boxing, you can't underestimate anything. Like when you're on the world stage and it's a professional fight, fighters fight and it's like you don't know what can happen. Like, what was it? I don't want to go back to this fight, but I have to. AJ Ruiz won. You know, you have a technical boxer and you have a boxer we're not too familiar with who comes in and he has the heart. So in boxing, you can either show the sweet science or you can fight with heart. When you fight with heart, it's like a different level. Like I go even deeper, like Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson fought with heart when he was like fighting the fight he's fought best in his days. Whether it was freaking Mitch Green, freaking whoever he beat. It's a long time ago, but it's like if you're gonna use the sweet science, you think with your brain. When you're fighting, if you're using the sweet science, you gotta think with your brain when you're fighting. But when you fight with your heart, you gotta endure punishment, but you know you're gonna give the punishment back. And Keith Thurman, I don't know what he fights with. I just know he uses legs. I just know he uses his legs.
Dude, yo.
I guess that's it from the TBE. Look, is the boxing world underestimating Keith Thurman? My answer is no. I think Keith Thurman has been extremely inactive. And so the last time we saw Keith Thurman, I don't even think he looked that good. So I recall him fighting one of the PBC punching bags, Jose Cito Lopez, yeah. And Jose Cito Lopez hurt him with a body shot. And we're not even talking about Tim Tszyu. We're talking about Jose Cito Lopez, who was never even known as a puncher. And so, yeah, Thurman has good boxing ability, but people catch him. I remember him fighting Luis Collazo, and Luis Collazo catching him with a body shot. When he fought Manny Pacquiao caught him with a body shot. He spit out his mouthpiece, had to suck in wind, and then put his mouthpiece back in his mouth. And that was around the time we first started this channel. And I remember when we picked, when I say we, because I don't want to lump anyone in unnecessarily, but I know that I picked Manny Pacquiao to beat Keith Thurman. Even in his old age, people were coming to this channel saying that we were stupid, talking trash about us, saying we didn't know boxing, calling us casuals. But those same people didn't return after Manny Pacquiao, in fact, did beat Keith Thurman. Oh, yeah, we were somehow riding Pacquiao. You know, we were just, because remember, we just started our channel. We picked Pac-Man because we saw flaws in Thurman, like how we do. And it was, our agenda was everything other than the fight. You know, and I hear some of those rumblings now. No, here's the reality. Maybe you guys are overrating Keith. Keith is a runner, and if you let Keith run away, he'll survive. But he gets hurt. He's been hurt to the body, and I think that he's going to have to be able to run for 12 rounds, and I don't think he's going to be able to do that. And he's been hurt, like I said, to the body by Collazo, by Manny Pacquiao, by Jose Cito Lopez. And now he's in there with Tszyu. Plus, he's been inactive, right? So I just think that he's going to lose. And I don't think it's any surprise. And like I'm with Trill. I think starting this new partnership off with Amazon Prime, PBC needs to create a star. And Tim Tszyu has Australia. He has Australia behind him. You know what I'm saying? You know, when people say you got a country behind you, he has a continent behind him. So he got Australia behind him. They trying to set him up to become a superstar. So hopefully they can set up that TC Tszyu fight. There's nothing wrong with that. And I don't think Thurman has a chance of winning. If Thurman wins, it will shock the hell out of me. But I think Thurman's going to get clipped, and we'll see.
Yo, Eve said, there's one thing I would never underestimate about Once Upon a Time Thurman. Riding that bike for 12 rounds. That's crazy.
That's
Maybe.
crazy.
And you know what?
That's crazy.
Where I think the inactivity. Is he going to be able to run for 12 like he used to?
Yo, the crazy thing that reason that he said riding the bike for 12 rounds, the first promo I ever seen about this fight, Keith Thurman was riding the bike.
Listen, they're going to change his name. He needs to be Keith Treadmill Thurman. You know what I'm saying? Actually, he can't be Treadmill Thurman because that's running in place. And we all know Keith doesn't stay in place.
Yeah. All right, so this might be Caden's favorite topic for today. Is Edgar Berlanga a potential pay-per-view star or a hype job? You know the answer.
So Edgar Berlanga is fighting next weekend, okay? And so, you know, we're discussing it. He's fighting in Orlando, February 24th. You know, the question we're asking is Edgar Berlanga a potential pay-per-view star or a hype job? G, let's start off with you.
Well, I'm gonna say he's a hype job, you know, because in the beginning, you know, they were pumping the old first round knockouts. So that was cute. But when you think about it, look at the caliber of opposition he was facing, you know? And so I forgot what was homeboy's name? The black dude that he fought. That he couldn't take him out in the fight. You know what I'm saying? And that kind of told me like, all right, all that knockout stuff don't matter, you know. So
I know you're talking about. His name escapes me too. It's like Damon or something. I can't remember.
yeah, but like, you know, so it's like, to me, it's like, yeah, Edgar, his story was cool, you know, like, I don't know, but I need to see him in the ring with like and I don't like Russian fighters either, so I want to be fair to Edgar, you know.
I was about to make
really
a joke.
I'm
like, Ukrainian, now Russian.
I just need to see him with like somebody where it's like, all right, respect for that victory, you know. And yeah, I don't know, man. I just feel like he's a hype job right now, but he is Puerto Rican and he is from New York. So, you know, that means New York, New Jersey, Florida.
Orlando.
These are good places for Edgar to you know, post up shop, you know, but I don't know, man. I doubt he's gonna be a pay-per-view star, you know. He'll probably need a new trainer. He has to do a lot of new things before we can be like, all right, he's that dude. He's kind of like, and even though I give this person more credit than I do Edgar, he kind of reminds me of Buatsi, you know what I mean? Where it's like people just gas him so much, but you could see the flaws in there when they're in the ring, you know what I mean? But at least with Buatsi, I can see the potential. He's getting better, you know, like. But with Edgar, man, I don't know. He has a temperament problem. You know, he seems like he doesn't really listen to his corner. You know what I mean? So it's like little stuff like that. It's just like, I don't know, man. Like, I don't like the know-it-all guys, especially when they haven't proven anything yet. You know, and that's how I feel like he's moving in that direction. And then to me, that's a problem. So that's why I think he's just pretty much a hype job.
Dollar bill.
I don't know, man. I don't know. Like, then all these guys, then, you know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta look. I'm not gonna be hard on the kid. When we got the Jamie Munguias fighting 50-something people fights, and you know what I'm saying, and they're bringing him along. The kid started out hot, and he was knocking out the people that they put in front of him. You know, the things got tougher, you know, and he couldn't get those knockouts, but he still got the win. Injuries and everything else. I don't think we got a chance to see the best of this kid yet. I think everything is too soon. You know, some people take time to build up. You know what I'm saying? Like Wilder was knocking out everybody. And everybody was quick to name him number one without him even getting in there with a real champ. We see what happened when he got in there with a real one. You know what I'm saying? Let's give Berlanga that chance. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's let him build his resume and get a little better. Let him get some. I have no problems with that. You know what I'm saying? I have no problems with that. But is he a potential pay-per-view star or hype? To me, the it's still out. It's still out. You know what I'm saying? The jury's still out. And I'm not gonna rush to praise him or to down him. All I do know is this, though. You know what I'm saying? He did come on the scene like hurricanes do. You know what I'm saying? And he got that attention, and with that attention comes a lot of hate. And I got to think that this kid got a lot of unwarranted hate because of the love that he was getting. That's what happens when people start liking you. There's a bunch of people that want to knock you down and hate on you.
Yeah, like the people who was in his comic section earlier.
Yeah, and that's what I think it is. You know what I'm saying? So right now, I just think that the jury's still out, and I need a little bit more time. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, he do got, you know, Puerto Rico behind him. He got New York behind him. You know, that's always gonna be big. You know what I'm saying? Put him in there with the right person. Yeah, he could be. And the hype job, we don't know yet. Let this kid continue to be injury free. You know what I'm saying? And let him go in there and see how he looks. You know, give him some time, like we gave everybody else some time. stop trying to rush him in there with the killers. You know what I'm saying? Munguia took time. Look at all these other guys' records, and they ain't even getting there with no tough, you know what I'm saying, guys yet. And we praising these guys, but we want to, clown this young man. You know what I'm saying? Just give him some time. Everybody is not like coming out like Lomachenko and going for the championship on a second fight. You know what I'm saying? Not everybody is like that. Some people need time and they need to be built up. And I think maybe he's just one of those kids.
All right, TBE.
I like Berlanga, but he ain't no star. He ain't built his profile to the point where it's like, I want to watch him. It's like the kid got talent. He got knockout power, all of this. But he started off pretty well. I'm not gonna lie. But if you follow his track record, you'd be like 15, 16 knockouts in a row. It's like, that's impressive. And then once he gets in the ring with somebody who's a little bit talented, who's a little bit professional, he falls short. He doesn't lose, but he falls short. He didn't knock him out. They exposed him. So is he a pay-per-view talent? I don't think he is. I don't think he got the skills to pay the bills, but he got the skills for somebody else who's talented. Like if they were like, what is he? He like light heavyweight, middleweight.
He's at 168.
Yeah, if there was like Canelo versus, I'm just throwing out Canelo, but Canelo versus Berlanga, we know Canelo gonna win, but it'll be a good fight because at least Berlanga gotta go. He's gonna fight to the death. He's gonna play his part. If it was like any of like the top fighters, but if it's like somebody we don't know, and it's like Berlanga alone, and Berlanga got to sell the fight, we know what we're getting. Easy food, easy work.
So I understand where Tro's coming from. The question is really like trying to predict, like more like making a prediction of where he will end up. Will he end up being a hype job, or is he a potential superstar? He's kind of in between, as like Tro was alluding to right now, and this is where he's going to define the shape of his career, which is why we're asking this question. To me, I think it's interesting because Edgar Berlanga, right, he has 15 first-round knockouts in a row, and that's what gets him on the scene. But then he starts having these close fights, and people are ready to write him off. Where I will agree with G is he has shown that he's a hothead. He bit someone in the ring when it was unnecessary, and he has shown that if you get him upset and you get him frustrated, you can take him out of his game plan. Has he learned from that? I don't know. I'm not a big fan of that. But if you're someone who likes Deontay Wilder, for example, it took him over 30 fights before he actually took a risky fight. And then even after that, his opponents were carefully selected. Like Tro pointed out, if you look at Jaime Munguia, his opponents are carefully selected. Like right now, everyone's talking about how he was able to stop John Ryder. John Ryder retired after that fight, right? John Ryder got beat. His face was held together by tape after fighting Canelo, and then Munguia just came in and finished the job. So it was really John Ryder's last hurrah, and Munguia stopped him. He could say he stopped him and Canelo didn't. Salute to him, but you had the benefit of getting John Ryder, who had this extra wear and tear on his body, who's been in wars, right? So again, yeah, he stopped him, but it wasn't like he fought a prime John Ryder. So I'm not sitting here advertising Berlanga as like the next great thing in boxing, but I do think that he gets a raw deal. I do think a lot of it is self-inflicted too, because of the way he reacts and the way he responds. But I'm going to say, if you put the right opponents in front of Edgar Berlanga, the same way you've been doing for Jaime Munguia, the same way that they did for Deontay Wilder, I think you can build him up to a pay-per-view superstar. Now, the question is, will he deliver, or will he be great, or will he I don't know. But what I will say is I don't think you can label him a hype job just yet. Towards of where I think he may end up later on. But as of right now, I think he's still on the verge of becoming a potential superstar. So what did Rachel say? Lubin, another one out here lying about his age. He ain't on that Ortiz and Frank Sanchez package. He may be shaved off 5 or 7 years. That's what I'm saying, man. He was 28 when he did what he did to Devin, man. You know what I'm saying? They wanted Devin to fight a grown man. All right, Berlanga will be good after his 40th fight like Munguia. We just got to be patient. By like 2030, he'll prove you wrong. You'll see. Eddie's matchmaking will get him beat. I agree with you on that. Eddie's matchmaking is horrible, dog. Edgar might lose this weekend. Messing with Eddie. All right, what's the next one?
All right, now we're gonna go into our top picks for 140 division. Our top 4.
All right, so let us know who you have as the top 4 in the comment section in 140. So the way we're going to do this is we're going to share this. All right, let's start. Can y'all see this?
Oh yeah, hold on one second. Yep,
you can see it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we'll start at number 4 and work our way to who you have at number 1. Let's see, I don't know what this is here. What's going on here? Hold on, let me stop sharing this for a second because there's a issue with the actual. All right, so yeah, we'll start. Do we have Dollar Bill with us? No, we don't. Whenever he comes, we'll just have him fill in his role.
Yeah.
All right. So we'll share this again. All right. So although it says pound for pound, we're just naming our top 4 at 140 right now. Mm-hmm. All right. So G.
My number 4.
Should we start with Ned first? I'm actually a little
number 4. I can go 5.
No, we it's not about what you could go, it's what we're actually doing.
Got you. I'm saying I can get my
all right, let's
who is the top?
All right, so yo, G, can you take off the banner just so we can see Ned?
All right, hold on one second. Boom. All
right. At number 4, Trill, we're going from 4.
Okay.
3. Yeah. All right. So
let's go.
All right, let's go. We'll start with you. We'll start with you, Trill Dollar Bill. Who you got at number 4?
My answer is going to be everybody with a belt, but I'm going to start at 4 with Rolly.
All right. TBE, who you got?
I got Josh Taylor.
My man. I'm
being real with you. I got Josh Taylor.
All right, G.
7 there.
All right, yo. So mines may not count, but I got my number 4 as Shakur Stevenson. Only reason why I said it may not count because I don't.
He's not even at 140.
I know, but if he moves up to 140, I could easily see him taking that number 4 slot.
We ain't there.
I know. How you gonna put Shakur at number 4, bro? I think you gotta pick someone else, dog.
No,
like Josh Taylor's at 147.
I don't want a number 4.
I know that is true, huh?
I don't want no one in. You know what I'm saying?
It's Ned though. So you don't want no one in at number 4, bro.
Nah. Like honestly, I only have 3 guys in that division. I'm high. You know what I'm saying? So, it is what it is, man. I'm just who I am, man.
Yo, hold on. I want to make this clear. I'm not a fan of Rolly, but last night G was like, "Yo, Ned, he's a champion. You gotta respect that he got a belt." But you don't want to rank him right there.
All right, so in that case,
yo, hold on, but yo, this list is my top 4.
You telling me to respect that he's a champion, and you don't want to rank
That don't
him.
mean I gotta pick him. You know what I'm saying? Like
at number 4, I got Ishmael Barroso. That's what I got
Good
at
pick.
number 4.
Okay.
I slept on him, yo.
So at number 4, I got Ishmael Barroso. All right. We're going back to you, Trill. Who you got at number 3?
I got at Tio.
All right. Trill has Tio at number 3. Ned, who you got at number 3?
Yo, I ain't gonna lie. I got Tio too, yo. Like that last one. He don't deserve to be like near the top 2, yo. I swear to God.
G, who you got at number 3?
I got Tank for number 3. You know what I'm saying?
Tank doesn't fight at 140, bro.
He does. He had like 2 fights at 140.
He's at 135 right now, bro.
He's at 130. He faces fights at 135. He does those little 140.
Let it go. Let it be.
Barrios at 140, man. Give me my 140, son.
No, go ahead, G. Whatever. We'll let you do you, man. We let Ned get Josh Taylor, so.
G know better though.
At number 3, I
Yo,
have
135
Tio.
and 140 should be the same division, anyways. You know
At
what
number
I'm
3, I have Tio. All right, Trill Dollar Bill. Who do you have at number 2?
At number 2, I have Matias.
All right,
Gabriel Matias.
so we have at 2. All right, G. Who you have at 2?
I got Teofimo Lopez at 2.
All right, G has Tio at 2. Ned, who you have at 2?
That means he might have Matias.
At 2, I got the guy, Regis Progress, the guy who beat him, Devin Haney.
At 2, you have Devin at 2?
Yeah. Devin ain't proven himself yet in this division. That's
All right,
what
I got you. All right, at number 2, I have Subriel. All right, so now we're taking it to number 1. Trill, who do you have at number 1?
Canelo Alvarez.
I know, might as well. Might as well.
Manny Pacquiao. Now, you know, I got my man, the Dream.
All right. We have, we have Devin Haney. All right. G, who you have at number 1?
I got Devin Haney at number 1.
And so he has Devin Haney at number 1. Ned, who do you have at number 1?
This is my Make-A-Wish pick. Like they call me up, like, yo, this guy needs that promotion. He needs the need to be out here in the world. So for my number 1 pick, I got Rolando Rolly Romero.
Oh, we got Rolly in the building.
Hold on, Ned, can I ask why you put him at number 1?
Fix your face, G.
Let's make a wish.
Fix your face, G.
So Ned,
He's not number 1 nowhere. He's number 1 somewhere.
Oh, yo, it's all good. I don't know why you questioning Ned, because I do want the record to reflect that G's number 4 was Shakur Stevenson, who fights at 135. Yeah. And then at number 2, he put Tank, who fights at 135. And then at number 2, he put Tio, and then he put Devin. And he did not put Subriel on his list, which I'm not going to lie, I think was intentional. But you just, it does seem, your list does seem a little, you know what I mean? That's all I'm going to say.
Solid, bro. Haney, Tio, Tank. That's a solid list right there.
Listen, I wanted to put Adrian Broner as my I didn't do it. You know what I'm saying?
You should have. If this is how we doing these lists.
I should have now.
So at number 1, I have Devin Haney. So just to recap, at number Trill's top 4 in the 140-pound division, he has Devin Haney number 1, Subriel number 2, Teofimo Lopez number 3, and Rolly number 4. G has Devin Haney number 1, Teofimo Lopez number 2, Javonte Tank Davis number 3, and he has no one. He left his number 4 spot vacant. And at number 1, Ned has Rolly Romero. At number 2, Ned has Devin Haney. At number 3, he has Teofimo Lopez. And at number 4, he has Josh Taylor, who fights at 147. And Ned, too, has omitted Subriel Martinez from his top 4. My top 4, Devin Haney at number 1. Number 2, Subriel Martinez. Number 3, Teofimo Lopez. And number 4, Ishmael Barroso. I did omit Rolly, but the reason why I had Ishmael Barroso is because I feel like his win over Davies was impressive, and I feel like his fight was stopped too early with Rolly, although Rolly does get credit for stopping him. I just really think that Ishmael Barroso is probably a better fighter than Rolly overall. All right.
Or I want to jump to the next one.
I should have put Maidana up there.
Y'all crazy.
What you say, True? You should have put Maidana.
Yeah, my man said, "True, you should have put Marcos Maidana up there." You absolutely right.
All right, so now let's go into the heavyweight. So our top 4 at heavyweight.
Hold on, I'm setting it up right now. This is hilarious, though, man. My man's really very interesting. Very interesting. All right. Let's go heavyweight top 4. Let me share right now. So yeah, I know that Josh Catterall and Josh Taylor they're gonna have a rematch. They're gonna have that rematch at 140. Okay, so then Josh Taylor's back at 140 then, if that's the case.
I thought it was 147.
If it's at 140, then Josh Taylor's back. All right, so now we're talking about
MD. You ain't right. Leave my bro alone, man.
All right, man. We're talking about the top 4 in the heavyweight division. So we're gonna start off with Ned on this one. I think Ned, we can start off with Ned. Ned, who you got in your number 4 slot?
Now my number 4 slot, I got Joseph Parker, yo. That man's a killer. That man was getting beaten, battered, or he showed he didn't have the dog in him. But at some point, he knew he had to fight back. I got Joseph Parker. It's that last one was crazy. It helped my heart.
Dollar Bill, who you got at number 4?
I know one thing. Fast Car McGuire better get out of my head. I see you in the comment section, bro. And that's what I got for number 4. I got my man doing his thing, Zang.
Big Bang Zang. All right. G, who you got at number 4?
My number 4, I got Joe Joyce.
Joe Joyce?
Yeah.
How?
Hey, man, this is my pick.
How?
You can do whatever you want.
Let me just say, I go based upon entertainment value. He's pretty entertaining when he's in there. You know what I'm saying? So
how?
Like, think about how.
How? Like, look at his record. You know, like 3 fights in a row, bro. Like, come on now.
Nah, that's raw. That's raw. Yo, listen. Lovejoy's at number 5 for me. I can't put Lovejoy in at number 4.
Man,
Lovejoy doesn't get in on my list right now, but this is where like stuff gets crazy because this is exactly what I was thinking. And I know people like, oh, Caden and Trill, but I can't help it if that's what it is. You know what I mean? That's my number 4. So, Ned, who you got at number 3?
As much as it hurts the heart, but we gotta be real with each other. Like when you come to terms with each other, like with facts, it's Anthony Joshua.
AJ at number 3.
Yeah.
Dollar Bill, who you got at number 3?
Yeah. I got my man AJ. My man AJ. Shout out to AJ.
All right, AJ. All right. G, who you got at number 3?
At number 3, I got Alexander Usyk.
Matter of fact, hold on. I'm sorry. I changed that because I wasn't even thinking. This is my pick, right?
Yes, sir. Your pick.
This is my pick. You know what I'm
Yes,
saying?
sir.
I'm gonna switch it up a little bit. I'm gonna go to Dawsa. I'm gonna go to Gypsy Dawsa. I'm gonna go with Tyson Fury as 3. I'm gonna switch it up. I was gonna put AJ at the, but I have a reason for that.
All right, Trill has switched his pick to number 3 being Tyson Fury. G, who you got at number 3?
I got Usyk at number 3.
And
All
G,
right.
why Ukrainians send them hate mail?
All right. At number 3, I have AJ. All right, Ned, who you got at number 2?
I'm not gonna lie, I got the man from London, Mr. Fish and Chips himself, the Tyson Fury.
Oh, okay. I was like, where are you going to do that? Tyson Fury. Dollar Bill, who you got at number 2?
I'm going with the guy that got the best resume in the heavyweight division. The guy who has fought the best in the heavyweight division. And had a hard road. I'm going with AJ. The most notable wins.
All right, AJ. G, who you got at number 2?
Yeah, for number 2, I also got AJ.
All right, G's throwing AJ in at number 2. All right, at number 2, I got Alexander Usyk.
Blasphemy in this channel.
Well, I mean,
go ahead, bro.
I'm just saying that's the order I got it. So Trill Dollar Bill, who you have at number 1?
You already know who I got at number 1. Terrence Crawford. You know what I'm saying?
Actually, this is so big. Let me just pause.
You know what I'm saying? Now I got my man Usyk. Usyk definitely at number 1.
All right, Usyk. G, who you got at number 1?
I got Deontay Wilder. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, listen, man. It is what it is. It is what it is.
Oh my God, dog. I can't even.
It is what it is.
G,
right.
it's the propaganda you promoting.
Yo, man, listen. I'm talking about entertainment value, bro. That dude brought me some entertainment, man.
All right, yo, we talking about the best, but you got Wilder at number 1. That's cool. All right, Jesus, it is what it is. All right, Ned, who you got at number 1?
I got US Usyk. You know, I was trying to make sense. He's better than your fighter. He's better than your number 1 fighter.
All right, so at number 1, I got.
Watch your mouth, Ned. You know what I'm saying?
I got Tyson Fury at number 1. So here we go. So just to run by our top 4 in the heavyweight division, Trill has Alexander Usyk at number 1, Anthony Joshua at number 2, Tyson Fury at number 3, and Zhang at number 4. G has Deontay Wilder at number 1, Anthony Joshua at number 2, Alexander Usyk at number 3, and Joe Joyce at number 4. Ned has Usyk number 1. He has Tyson Fury number 2. He has Anthony Joshua number 3, and he has Joseph Parker at number 4. Caden, myself, I have Tyson Fury number 1 in the heavyweight division, and I have Usyk number 2 in the heavyweight division, Anthony Joshua at number 3, and Zhang at number 4. And I just want to reiterate why I have Fury at number 1 in the heavyweight division is because he's the one who beat Lennox Lewis to take away all the belts. And by all the belts, I mean every belt with the exception of the WBC belt. And then after his hiatus, he came back and he beat Deontay Wilder to take the WBC belt. Although I don't believe Deontay Wilder was the best fighter at the time, and I think Anthony Joshua had emerged as the number 1 fighter in the heavyweight division until Usyk beat him. I still think Fury dates back as the man to beat, and since he's never lost the belts in the ring, although rightfully stripped of the titles, I still view him as number 1 in the heavyweight division. All right, so
Hold on. You said Lewis, it was Klitschko. But I want to call
I said Lewis. No, I meant Klitschko. Yeah, my bad.
I want to call that G's list because G said it was Wilder, AJ Usyk, and Joyce. But at the end of the day, he was like Fury, is like gonna body every one of these dudes. But if Fury not make your top 4, Tyson Fury didn't make your top 4.
Yo, listen, this is my list of my top 4.
No, but although you've been backing Tyson Fury, he didn't make your top 4.
Yo, my preference.
You've been backing Tyson Fury, he didn't make your top 4.
Listen. How I did my top 4 is based upon a number of factors, right?
Hold on, G.
Although, all right, go ahead. You're gonna ask me a question, but you're gonna give me the answer.
I want to ask you these simple questions. Tyson Fury versus Wilder. Who you got?
You said Tyson Fury versus Wilder?
Yeah. Who you got?
You mean if they fought like right now?
Yeah. Who you
I'm
got?
gonna obviously pick Tyson Fury.
Okay, Tyson Fury versus Usyk. Who you got?
Tyson Fury.
Tyson Fury versus AJ. Who you got?
I'm probably gonna lean towards Tyson Fury.
Tyson Fury versus George Joyce. Who you got?
Probably Joyce, yo, to be honest.
You're foolish. You're full of it, yo.
Oscar De La Soba, I think you're missing the point that Ned was trying to make. He's trying to say that G had Usyk on his list for political reasons.
No. Let me explain. I do give Usyk, a lot of credit because, coming into the heavyweight division, I didn't believe he was gonna do what he's accomplished, and constantly he's proven me wrong. So it's like I can't even hate on that man anymore. You know what I mean? So I got to give credit where credit's due. So yeah, but I don't know. But again, when it comes to entertainment factor, like Wilder, I like how Wilder, even though Wilder may not be the most skilled, most of the time he finds a way to knock the guy out. And I think that's entertaining. Same thing with George Joyce. As slow as Joyce is, he always finds a way, or most of the time he finds a way to knock a guy out. That's entertaining to me, man. So that's why I put those two gentlemen on my list.
All right. So for the sake of time, let's just do the top 5 pound for pound.
All right.
Instead of going into our top 10, because that'll take a while.
Gotcha.
So we're just gonna do our top 5 pound for pound. And Ned, we'll start off with you. Ned, who you have at
I'm just gonna say my top 10 pretty respectable. You know what I'm saying?
Well, we're gonna just do 5. Our top 5 for the sake of time. Well, wait, and we're gonna do it in the same order we did it. Start with your 5 and then go to 1. All right. Ned, who you got number 5?
Number 5, Tyson Fury.
You got Fury at number 5?
Yeah, number 4.
Wait, no, dog. Do you not listen?
Oh, well, we going in order. I thought I was listening off mine.
Yeah, bro. Jeez,
All right, True,
who you got at number 5?
I got the young boy. I got Devin at 5.
All right. G, who you got at number 5?
Number 5, I got Arthur Beterbiev.
Oh, G's actually really trying to pick right now.
Okay.
Yeah, my list is solid, man. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know, dog. You be wilding sometimes.
Nah.
He was in my top 10.
BF. All right, here we go. At number 5, I have Arthur Beterbiev. All right, so bang, there we go. That's who I have at number 5. Oh, why didn't I go through? All right. Who do you have at number 4, Ned?
I got Usyk.
You got Usyk at number 4?
Yeah.
All right, Trill. Who you got at number 4?
I got Alexander Usyk at number 4 as well.
Oh, snap, man. Ned said he came to really pick a top now. All right, G, who you got?
Yo, I got the same person, Alexander Usyk.
Oh, word? Y'all going in with my man Usyk. All right. All right, so I'm gonna show y'all who I got. At number 4, I have Canelo. All right. So Ned, who do you have at number 3?
I got Canelo Alvarez.
All right, at number 3, Ned has Canelo. Canelo. All right, Trill, who do you have at number 3?
My cousin from Guadalajara.
Is that Canelo?
You know it, Saul. You know, you know, that's what we call at the bottom.
G, who you got at number 3?
Number 3, I also got Canelo Alvarez.
Oh man, Canelo. All right, at number 3, I have Alexander Usyk. All right. Yeah, Ned, who you got at number 2?
Yo, I got Terrence Crawford.
All right, so we got
God damn it,
TC at number 2.
Yeah, man, then took my list.
I'm saying, I'm like, y'all hacking my computer.
Yeah,
who you got at number 2, Dalbo?
You know me, I got the dude from Omaha.
All right, Trust TC at number 2. G, who you got at number 2?
Yeah, I got TC at number 2.
TC at number 2. All right, so at number 2, I have Inoue. All right, so Trill, who do you have at number 1?
You already know, got the little guy, the little monster. You know what I'm saying? I got the monster Inoue at number 1.
Inoue at number 1.
You know it.
Ned, who you got at number 1?
I got the GOAT.
Are you?
I got the GOAT, yo. I got the GOAT. She gonna do her thing when she do her thing. It's simple as that.
I ain't mad at it.
Whoa.
She was on my top 10, but not my number
Whoa.
1.
She my number 1.
G, who you got at number 1?
Number 1, I got Devin Haney.
Oh yeah, we'll just put D. We got to separate Devin Haney from Bill Haney. So you got Devin Haney at number 1. Okay. All right. At number 1 for me on the pound for pound list is TC. So all right, let's run through it. So at number 1, Trill has Inoue. At number 2, he has Terrence Bud Crawford. At number 3, he has Canelo. At number 4, he has Usyk. And at number 5, he has Devin Haney. For G, at number 1, he has Devin Haney. At number 2, he has Terrence Bud Crawford. At number 3, he has Canelo Alvarez. At number 4, he has Alexander Usyk. And at number 5, he has Arthur Beterbiev. Going to Ned's pound for pound list. At number 1, he has Clarissa Shields. And at number 2, he has Terrence Crawford. At number 3, he has Canelo. At number 4, he has Alexander Usyk. And at number 5, he has Tyson Fury. Going to my list, Caden, going to my list, I have number 1, TC. Number 2, Naoya Inoue. Number 3, Alexander Usyk. Number 4, Canelo Alvarez. And at number 5, I have Arthur Beterbiev. That rounds out our top 5 fighters pound for pound. Let's ask the people. I'm gonna put it back up. Hold on, I'm gonna put the list back up. Hold on. I think we're gonna have some fun with this one.
It is what it is.
Yo, whose list do you disagree with the most for pound for pound? I can't get that. All right. Yeah. So whose list do you disagree with the most out of the Boxing Bros for the top 5 pound for pound fighters right now? Let us know. You see, we have our top 5 right here. Whose list do you disagree with the most? Ned. Oh man, Ned, you definitely Ned.
Haters gonna hate. That's all I gotta say. Haters gonna hate.
Oh man, Ned. Jeez, Ned, man. No one's vibing with your list, man.
Give her respect. You may not love her like I love her, but give her respect. That's all I'm gonna ask you. If anything, Y'all can pull up to.
Someone, Mac of the Man said, G is bad when Ned makes more sense than you. Oh my goodness. All right.
Well, but yo, can I explain why I have, because obviously people are upset about my Devin Haney at number 1. But the reason why I chose Devin Haney at number 1 is because what he did at 135 and, undisputed, and he beat Loma at 135, then moved up to 140, you know what I'm saying? And he beat Prograis, and now he's a champion at 140. And I believe that this guy is continuously trying to go and attain more accolades within boxing. So, and TC, although he has a great, victory over Earl Spence, he fights like once a year. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's hard for me to give you, number 1 pound for pound when, whatchamacallit. Oh, shoot, I even have the right banner on there. Yeah. So it's hard for me to give you the top pound for pound, but you're not really doing anything with it. So that's why I felt like Devin's doing more currently, and Devin's in probably the more popular division than Earl is. I mean, not Earl, than TC is. So that's why I favored Devin over TC for the number 1 slot.
All right. Well, unless there's anything more to add, I think that we're done here.
Nope. Listen, please like and subscribe. Check us out on Instagram and Twitter, and please check out our podcast on all major streaming services. That's G, Blank Screens, TBE. That's Caden. I'm Trill. You already know who we are. We are the Boxing Bros. Thank you so much for rocking with us. You know we rock with y'all. It's all love. Buckingham Palace out now. Go check Buckingham Palace out. If you haven't heard Buckingham Palace yet, you sleeping. It's crazy. That's wild.
We got another banger too. What's the name of that joint, man?
What's on your mind?
What's on your mind? Yeah, that one.
What's on your mind?
That one out too. Did you drop it yet?
Nah, I ain't dropping that yet. We ain't dropping that to Zombie's birthday. That's February 29th.
All right, word. All right.
Yeah.
All right, people.
Much love.